with that interesting intro, we are up to session number 53 of our Pathfinder campaign, based around Rise of the Runelords and Curse of the Crimson Throne, where they are currently in a storyline of Curse of the Crimson Throne in Korvosa, in what's called the Dead Warrens. Everyone is currently online, so I won't use the people here view, so we'll switch over to the character view. So online today we have Annie.
Sorry, Mark, you cut out just as you were calling who was it going to be.
Okay, so online today we have Annie. Annie there? Okay, we'll come back to Annie. We'll go to Jeremy because he spoke up.
Well, yes, good evening all. I'm playing Cordar, the elven, half-human warrior of Sandpoint, who tries hard to be the hero that he believes that the Pathfinder Society should be.
We also have online today Mark.
Hey, I'm playing Sparky, the ever-reliable Dwarven Rogue, who has got over her anger issues with Bellath and getting on with the job.
There's anger issues?
Frustration, anger, disappointment, just usual kind of emotions. So
That's okay. I'm sure you're going to tell Annie what happened to her character's house back then soon.
that wasn't me. That's somebody else's job to tell that one.
Right, so Sparky's not going to admit it?
Sparky had no involvement in that at all. I did not encourage that at all. I was not involved with it. I was just a victim of the situation.
Also online we have Martin.
G'day, I'm playing Barak Bloodguzzler. I'm playing a wild druid. Yeah, that's about it. Just see how it evolves.
Yes, David will pop in and out, who's playing Bellath. He'll introduce himself when he can. Just checking to see if we have Annie back. Okay, so how about Victor? Has Victor gotten his food? Hello, Victor.
Hello, I'm back.
Would you like to introduce your character, please?
Oh, already? Okay, I am playing Luna of Libra. I'm an Homeland auntie Oracle that is following this bunch of misfits into a Pathfinder Society because she's very curious, of course. And for now, I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I am building my story as we go because I am a very young show auntie. Besides being a kind of marriage age already, but that's for another day.
Annie would like to say that she was trying to speak and she thinks she's speaking to you, but she can hear us but can't somehow speak. So.
Well, she was on mute earlier, but she's not on mute now, so...
What?
So go ahead, Annie, try again. We might have had a issue, so if you can't hear us, we can always reset your connection. One of those fun things of how internet games work.
We were here and fine.
So, Mark, did you want to walk her through jumping out and jumping back in again?
Yeah, still on text here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, in the background of the story, you were asked by Cressida to go into the Dead Warrens looking for Thousand Bones' long lost, well, not long lost, soon lost grandson. And I actually have music that relates to that one.
Oh, we are after a kid?
Well,
Someone about the same age as you guys.
the body of a young person, young adult.
Ah, okay.
So yes, you're in the Dead Warrens, a section of the city where the dead are buried, or just tossed onto the ground, depending on how much money the family of the dead person has.
Hey Annie, you managed to get back in?
Yeah, can you guys hear me
We
now?
can hear you now, so could Annie, you introduce yourself?
I'm Annie, I'm playing next to a half-orc barbarian who would love to know what you were saying about my house.
Do you want to fill in the actual story or the bell up?
Well, Nexa was there at least to see what happened before we left, so...
Yeah. So what happened, I got upset with Bella after some sort of conversation. I stormed out the back door. He hitched the hellhound onto me, which ended up thinking it was playtime. And it might have accidentally burnt the back fence in the whole situation.
The back fence of my, like, fortune teller sort of stepmom's house?
Yep.
Oh, you were absolutely weren't happy about that. The DM made sure of that. And
yes, that's fucking still alive.
And you might have threatened Bella to his life a couple of times if you to sleep when I open, a few other things like that.
So one of the things that happened was Bella had to hold the planks of wood while you nailed the new wood back into the fence, and you made sure you missed the nail many times.
Okay.
So he had bandaged hands for half the session.
He can sleep with his bag of eyes open.
So yes, he is still collecting eyes.
Alright. Cool.
Or as he scurries, or he's raving.
Though having not read the fine print of the agreement, that will be interesting when you actually find out what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, they always say be careful when making a deal with a demon or devil.
Will this fine print ever come back to haunt someone?
Or do a deal with both?
Well, it could be like Pinwinkle, and you don't read the fine print, and you just say you agree to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's not a bad thing whatsoever.
That's right, it didn't backfire at all.
I did not sign a contract. I got told I was on a contract. That's the difference between the whole thing. And Pinwinkle doesn't read demonic very well anyway. So.
It's a common theme with Mark's characters, to be fair.
What? Not really.
Stop smiling, Martin. I saw you smiling on the camera there. Don't you stop smiling. Because Mark had to go through another contract last night as well. Don't worry. And I failed the roll, so I had no idea what it was, so I just signed
So
it.
yes, contracts are a funny thing when you get given them. Okay, so yes, you went into the graveyard. You found some footprints that you were able to identify as being small size and crafted. So boots.
Yep.
And you went in there into the what's known as the Dead Warrens, where you were attacked by an owlbear skeleton.
Yes, because we were told that the body was left somewhere above ground, but then we found it wasn't there, and we found tracks leading into a temple or the warrens or whatever type stuff. So, yeah.
And the tracks indicate that the dead person didn't get up and move, but was dragged.
Isn't owlbear skeleton danger than owlbear live owlbear?
Well,
There's
it was
a picture
certainly
of
more
it.
dangerous than a standard skeleton.
So what do you think of the picture? It looked more zombie-like than actual skeleton.
It's got a lot more flesh and fur on it than I would expect it for an owlbear skeleton, but...
Yeah. So I take the rest of the skeletons while he just took one thing to Albert, that's what I remember. So, yeah. I remember that.
Yes.
So
Be careful. It was very well done.
I want Dex to go back to second tank again. I'll be more happy with that.
and they so in tanking the other skeletons, he actually ran and hid and managed to hide right where the other skeletons were popping up.
Oh, that wouldn't expect any different from me, would you? No.
What Corda saw, it looked very brave.
Yeah, and from the character's perspective, he intentionally was getting to be furthest from the combat, and from everyone else's perspective, he made the sacrifice and took on the 4 skeletons to give them a time to take out the big skeleton. So it was a fantastic setup, even though it was completely unintentional on both sides.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But then, so then we were just starting to prepare to go forward, or people were thinking about healing up or things like that. But then we got attacked by 4 more Darrow.
So it was the first 4 Darrow that attacked you at that point, because you've been attacked by 4 skeletons and owlbear. And while you were looking at taking time to do a heal and a refocus to get back your shape change, because your druid managed to turn into a dog and rip the owlbear's leg off.
Yep.
Quite fantastic.
It was 4 Darrow after the skeletons was a bit of a telling blow upon the party at that point.
And we stopped at that point because you were trying to decide, are you still going to try to take 10 whole minutes, which is, in perspective, 100 actions, to wait for people to heal up or move on. Having had some of your characters, such as your spellcasters, use some of their first level spells and potentially a second level spell.
Okay.
Well, let's see what Luna can do.
Whilst Cordar is injured, along with most other members of the party at least slightly injured, he's happy to move on, or we back up a bit towards the entrance way and try and ensure that we're only going to be attacked from one direction if we are stopped. So if we are going to stop. So
my mind went to a musical entourage at that point.
Yeah. Do you remember if we heard any more sounds after those Darrows came out? Did we hear anything after that, like any more coming?
We stopped at that point because
Okay,
there was a Bloodseeker involved, even though it is officially called a Sturge in the edition that I'm running from.
That's right. That tried to annoy Cordar, didn't it? But it didn't actually get a good get going for the armor points exposed to me.
It wasn't very good at sticking to you.
That's right.
So all the things, let me ask a question. All the things we fight you now are all undead?
No.
4 out of the 10 creatures you have fought have been undead, so you've got a 50% undead ratio so far.
I mean, we're certainly expecting a number of undead, because it's one of the things that in this graveyard and the whole area is patrolled by priests and warriors of Pharasma, whose main role is to keep down the undead problem in the space. But yes, it's obviously not just undead we're facing down here.
And the amusing thing is, it is called the Dead Warrens after all.
I'm thinking on saving the strongest heals to do it in a fight, so we can punch two rabbits in the same with the same spell, heal and harm at the same time.
Yeah.
But since we are all beaten up, I might cast first level heal right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do a 3-action heal, so I can heal the most people with only one spell.
Okay, yep. So, the area
I have no dice. I have no dice with me right now. I am in the middle of a move, so I have no idea where they are.
Yeah, just the D8 plus your spellcasters, or
It should be, if he's doing an area heal, it's 1d8 plus 8, I believe. Is it 1d8 all up?
I guess it's 1d8 only.
Yeah.
So if you don't need anything to
Yeah.
I can roll the D8 and we can work out the extra stuff if we need. We got a reroll.
Not for a D8.
Sure, if you want to use your reroll on a d8, go ahead. You'll use the reroll on the d8.
We're just playing Luna's ineffectiveness.
I got a 6 then instead of the one that I got originally. So I thought it'd be really for a waste of spell just to have one hit point in everyone.
Though amusingly, if you had have read the use of them, you could have used it as an extra dice instead of a reroll. But that was interesting that you used it as a reroll.
Yeah, that's fine. Rather
I just had to point those things out because I did have it up there that you could use it to add dice to spell effects.
I'll do it. Well, I haven't read that bit, so that's my fault. That's my problem. So.
It was put up there a few years ago.
Yeah, but you know how often I read these things, man. You should have so.
You don't actually want me to remember something that you wrote 1 year ago, right?
Well, if it helps your
Sorry.
character, that's completely up to you if you want to remember it or not.
I tracked that dice out against the wall too, by the way. So, anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
you
basically, he's able to do effect extra 6 hit points.
Yep.
What?
There you go. Thank you.
So it's only a
delay
D8,
sound
right?
effects.
The spell?
Yeah, D8 for a group heal. You get, I think you get a bit extra if you just do single person heal.
It's D8 plus 8 if you do a two action single person heal. And
But that's
with
a
the
range. That's a range
of
one. So it's a range single person with the extra 8 points, or a single D8 for a touching someone for a single action.
Yeah, the party seems a lot better right now than before, so we might keep going. I will save. I only have one more healing spell. I don't have a lot because I am a prepared caster, so I only normally prepare one heal from first level and one heal from second level, and no more because I have a bunch of other stuff that I usually prepare.
That is completely understandable, and I agree with that aspect. But considering healing in Pathfinder is a lot easier without magic.
Yeah.
Magic's the get us out of danger, not the staple now.
So, okay, look, so if we're happy to move on then, how many effective exits have we got from this room?
Okay, so after you move back into the main room, which I'll describe again, the ossuary, as it's labelled, this large room is supported by 4 wide pillars of stone. The ceiling above arches in a dome nearly 20 feet high. The walls are lined with skeletons caked into the mud. Adult bones mostly, but here and there smaller bones might be from halflings or perhaps children. 15-foot square pits to the east and west, each filled with a large heap of hundreds of bones. To the south, a crude hole has been gouged out of the wall, providing access to a tunnel. And the owlbear came out of one of those piles of bones, and 4 skeletons came out of the other. So until they actually acted, you did not actually see them.
Yeah, and I think it was the fact that the corridor was actually headed towards the hole in the south, which is where he got attacked by the scourgers and by a couple of the Darrow, I think. Is that right?
2 Darrow attacked you from either side of a wide passageway to the south.
Yep.
And 2 Darrow attacked from where the skeletons came from in one of the pile of bones.
Okay.
But you have no idea how they got there.
How we got there, yeah, okay. Well, so the corridor will then be heading back towards the southern exit.
Yep.
And we'll take a look at down both sides of the wide passage.
Okay, so to the right when you're facing the passageway. You hear no sounds coming from down that way.
Okay.
To the left, in that direction. You also hear no sounds coming from that direction. And there are no lights
Okay.
either way. As Darrow don't actually need light to see.
No, that's fine. And can we see how far the passageways go?
Can you see in the dark, and how far is your light source?
Well, I've got low light vision, and we've got the. You'll have these flaming sword up again as effectively as a torch. So
that's
I think that would
about
give it 20 foot,
20
which
foot.
means it's about 40 foot for low light.
So yes, you can see into both chambers. There's about a 20-foot passageway to the chamber on the right, and a 15-foot passageway to the chamber on the left. The chamber on the left has tables within view. You can see that the chamber to the right opens up, but nothing in the room there, because you're following. You can see the wall just continues on into an open space, and you can't actually see what's happening in that open space.
Okay. Well, unless others have got concerns with the fact that Cordar's leading, left is always right, so therefore we'll go left.
Okay.
Agreed.
So in this case,
Sure.
you take the eastern fork instead of the western fork, because you're heading south. And you find yourself in a strange room. You see 3 wooden tables stand in the middle of the room. The surfaces are stained red with old blood. To the east stands a 10-foot wide hutch with wicker doors opening into a straw-lined cage. What would you like to do? You can see 2 passageways heading off from the east and west of this passageway when you've come in from the north.
Mm-hmm. Can we see anything moving in the room?
No, but you can see tools.
Corridor will aim to move towards the closest exit passageway.
Yep.
To then be watching for, see if there's anything down there, and listening for anything coming through.
Okay.
While the rest of the party's got the opportunity to explore or whatever if they wish to.
So for your
And we'll cover the other passage.
for your choice, Jeremy, both of them are equal distance from where you come in. So you get to choose. You get to choose left or right again.
Yep, left-hand passage.
The left passage from you coming in. Okay. Looking in it, you see a stairwell going up. And that's your action going across there. So you've walked in. Martin then spoke up next. What would Martin like to do?
I'd like to zigzag as close as I can while retaining cover.
Okay. You zig and zag through the tables. You have no problems doing that.
Are you aiming for anywhere particular?
Oh, just to...
Or are you just doing a search of the room type zigzag?
Yeah.
Okay, so movement is an action, as is searching.
No worries.
So would you like to do a search as you're going through?
Yes.
Give me a what am I looking for? Perception in this game. Yes, it is perception in this game.
Right.
They have 2 different skills in D&D, so it makes it interesting.
Okay. That's 19.
19. Okay. With a 19, you're able to note that the tools on the 3 tables look as if they have been used to cut flesh. And the cabinet, wicker cabinet at the far wall has what you take to be sturge droppings in it.
Right. Okay.
Or Bloodseeker, as they are called in this version of the game.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if no one else wants to go next, I can go next. If Jeremy's doing one package, looking at one package, I'll look at the other package just from like around the corner next to it. So I just want to keep an eye out as well.
Okay. So you move over
I'll just
and
look at
look down. Because there's no stairs, you can actually see into the room. What are you using as a light source?
I have dark vision, so I'm not using any light source. So.
Okay.
I can't see shit, man.
You'll see the sword. You've got the sword, Jeremy's sword there.
Oh, I have what?
Well, Corda carrying a flaming sword. So he's effectively got a torch at the front.
Oh,
That's
I
how
thought
good
it is like a sun warrior or something. Okay.
Well, if you want to call it that, he's got a sword that is burning.
I wouldn't call it that.
Corda wouldn't call it that, that's for sure. But
Okay, so give me a perception roll, Mark, as you look down that corridor.
I love this dice. That's a upgraded 29.
An upgraded 29. Okay, let's see if you actually see it.
so obviously this particular roll is not important. And when it becomes important, you'll roll 2.
I ended up with a couple times to think actually a 29.
So we simply are upgraded, you see the stalactites dripping some water from the roof.
in a musical fashion.
Okay. So yes, you do see what appears to be a three-tentacled mouth in mud, munching on what appears to be body parts.
Ugh.
Yep, that's about the name of it.
Okay. So that's Mark's turn because that was your turn to get there and look and
That's
see
fine.
that. Okay, so
That's fine.
who else wants to go remaining? The
I
Sparky.
don't want to go anywhere near that shit.
Well, you haven't seen it yet, you don't know anything about it.
I haven't said anything yet.
And besides,
It hasn't moved to attack us yet, has it, or anything?
well, it hasn't had an action yet to do so.
And so, I mean, the point is, technically we've come across this room that no one's actually, like I say, that Barak has started doing a bit of searching on, but no one's actually looked at the room too much yet. So
Yeah.
there might well be something hiding under the table, we don't know.
So what would our glorious Nexar like to do?
Well, nothing's actually provoked us or anything yet.
No, that's right. And this is why, I say, in Cordar's case, he basically went through to watch the next potential entranceway. So that it was, if something was coming at us, there was a guard, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, next I wouldn't be far from Cordar, sort of looking around as well, but he hasn't got the best perception, so he sort of follows everyone else's lead anyway.
That is fair.
Has next I got dark vision?
Low light.
Low light as well, yeah, okay.
And not
I
not
get
many
you shit.
characters get dark vision.
No, I didn't think it was a comment, but it was confirming.
I can only see what is like in front of the flaming sword.
Okay. So that leaves. I think that everyone's gone in and done something there.
So Balath is potentially looking around the tables or something if there's anything interesting on them, but...
And making a snide comment towards Sparky, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Can I do something? What's that thing over crawling over the dead bodies and shit?
Well, it's not in this room you're in.
Oh,
Yeah.
then
You don't know
Never
anything
mind.
about that yet. You
That's
don't
right.
know anything about that yet. So,
That's right.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask everyone to do an initiative roll to actually see where
Aw.
you're going to have to go.
Perception for most people.
okay then. Can someone roll for me?
Yeah, you got a 13 on the die.
Then 23.
23.
Cordar's on 15.
Next is 21.
I got a couple of chocolates.
20 for Sparky.
How did Barak go?
Have I
Is it?
seen this creature?
Well, you
No,
just
you
see
have
the
not.
It's a perception base.
Yeah.
So did I,
I
see
want
it?
to- I want to see the thing,
19?
The perception is your initiative. It's not whether you see it or not.
Yeah. So Mark's
Like-
the only person that's seen it so far.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Because the way Pathfinder 2 works, Martin, is the idea that it's not actually always the same roll. Perception is the base initiative roll, but some people, like particularly Sparky, for example, might potentially have used the stealth or something like that, if they were actively hiding in the lead up to it. So,
But
for
as-
most people, it's perception.
So I am aware of this, and therefore I can stab it.
Well,
No.
probably not be aware of it yet, but it's sort of you become aware of it as part of your initiative. So
So-
if it's going to happen,
If you haven't seen the creature and you go before the creature's turn, you still can't attack it because you don't know where it is. The initiative is where you go in the initiative order, and you're using perception to determine where you go in the initiative order.
Yeah, because one thing I've seen it, I haven't told anyone, so that only I would know it's already there.
unless if it rolls a third for initiative and comes charging down the corridor and yelling loudly. So
So what was
Alright.
your perception roll?
I got a 30.
You got a
you're
30.
on 30. Okay.
And was that a natural 20?
It was a 19.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask because it's quite a nice high number for you. Okay, so yes,
Oh, a natural 20. What does natural 20 do in an initiative? Nothing, right?
I generally give them a bit extra information.
What?
I would give them a bit more information.
Oh, okay.
You get advantage of some sort there, Victor. So usually,
So, because I can't see it,
Would you like to continue searching the room you're in? Because there are 3 tables and a wicker case. There could be something in any of those things. And you're currently at
I will
threat
continue
of
looking,
attack from various
and
directions.
and I don't know if it's appropriate for me to raise my shield.
Well, you wouldn't be doing so unless you're raising your shield at the end of every time you do 2 moves.
Okay, I won't do that then. Okay.
So,
Besides, don't worry about it. You've got Sparky in the way between him and the big bad anyway, so. What do we know about that?
why do I feel I shouldn't take that corridor?
Oh, sorry.
so did
Well,
you?
honestly, if you carried a light source, then you possibly could have had Nexar coming beside you as blocking the 2 big fighter types on the things, but hey, it's all a balancing act.
Oh, I got dark vision. It's all right.
So, would you? What would?
Am I the only human in this party? What the heck?
Well, Nexar is
Everybody
half
have,
human,
Bella's human.
Okay then.
but only to some people. Most people think he's a little devilish.
Well, that's right. Some people think that Cordar's human. Particularly elves.
And many humans think of you as an elf, not a human.
Exactly.
Hey, he looks human-like. Yeah.
So what?
And then they'll probably think that Nexar's human.
That one's a harder pass.
Yeah.
What would Barak like to do at this stage? Are you wanting to investigate the tables further, investigate the cage, move up to where Cordar is, because you were zigzagging through the room trying to avoid any potential danger?
Well, I'll have a look in the crates.
3 tables and a wicker cage. Did you want to look in the wicker cage?
I'll have a look in the wicker cage.
Okay, so that would be another perception roll as you start going through the straw and sturge refuse.
Okay, so I got a 6, so that's 17.
Okay, having a good look through there. You don't find anything valuable, except for the fact that you sort of have a feeling you wish you hadn't looked through it in the first place.
All right. I can handle
That's fair. That's fair.
a bit of gross stuff. And then I'll keep looking through the other boxes and things.
All the tables. Whatever.
You move over to one of the tables and start searching through it?
Yep.
Okay, give me a perception roll again as you start looking at the table.
11 plus 11, 22.
Okay, having a good look, you identify a fair number of surgical tools, generally done to dismember bodies. Still with bits of flesh and bone attached to them. Obviously not sterilized.
Okay.
And rather crude surgery.
Well, it's actually fairly advanced surgery for the time with the tools they have.
True. Yep. We got that.
It's crude surgery by our standards, but advanced by the setting.
All right. Do I have any
I
actions
just
left?
have breakfast.
That is your 3 actions. 1 look, 1 move, and another look. So,
Okay.
Luna, you're now up.
Yeah, Luna, will can I hear the motion of a barrel or something?
You can hear someone going in and saying, I can deal with this, Mark. And I'm going through it, looking at a table and going, ew. Probably not liking the actual stuff on the table more than what was in the cage. But what's happening in the other rooms? No, you can't hear anything.
Okay then.
I mean, it's all part of the adventuring business that you accept you sign up for this bullshit. I mean, this.
we understand what you mean, and yes, it does
Yes.
count. On the bright side, at least it's not the sex dungeon that they came across in one of the earlier adventures.
Okay.
And yes, that was actually written in the book too. So,
Sure it was.
oh look, I showed it to the players that they all thought it was.
I've actually seen it, Manning. I've actually seen the actual link to it, yeah. It's true, unfortunately.
I don't have to
Okay,
exaggerate.
Okay,
Always
what
do.
I will do is Luna can't see shit without Codra, right?
Yep.
So I probably would be following him.
Would you like to hold your action until after Cordar goes?
Well, that's useful. I can hold not the action. I can hold my whole initiative to go after Coder.
I'm happy for that. Which moves us to Nexa. Would Nexa like to do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
All on you, Quarter.
Well, I think I might have missed a bit there because Skype dropped me out a couple times at random points for some reason.
so good. Luna and Nexa
everyone
chose
wants
to hold themselves until you go because you have the light source.
Right, okay. Have we heard from Sparky about any concerns or issues?
We're just up to Sparky now. So Mark, you're up.
Okay, yeah. So from Cordar's perspective, he's basically still maintaining his position on the corridor, just watching for anyone coming through while they're searching the room.
Because we haven't gotten to your action yet.
Oh,
Okay, so Sparky's going. Sparky, as a free action, go, just internally in a mind, go crap, not again. Walk backwards towards Cordar, tap him on the side, point in the direction of what I saw, and raise my shield.
So walk across the room, interact, and raise shield.
I pointed in the direction, yeah, say, I will say, thing down there. Thing.
It,
Don't know what it is, thing. Thing.
So you didn't want to spend an action to identify?
No.
No, not yet, but I guess I will do that as soon as I go.
Oh, no, next up, this was directed to Sparky. So.
Yeah, Sparky doesn't know anything about this thing. When it had 3 tentacles and eating something, doesn't want to be anywhere near that. She's been through that kind of stuff recently as well, so just really don't want to be eaten today. So,
from Sparky's perspective, she's identified something down there that's moving, and therefore wants to be someplace else.
Yes. So I just if I have to just like grab his shirt on the side or his arm or something like that, or tap it and go, there's a thing down there, you need to sort it out or something.
Okay. Let me just check distances.
I want to make sure I can raise my shield as my last action, if that's okay.
What a pussy!
Hey, I don't wear plate armor. I don't take those hits too well there.
When there's more courage than a dwarf. A human more courage than a dwarf. What's that?
I take 4
Okay.
shots.
Is that an heresy? Toki must be like uncomfortable in his grave right now.
Yeah. So, from everyone's perspective, you would see me just, tap the corner, so there's a thing down there in the corridor. And I didn't tell you any more than that. Okay?
All good.
Okay, so before Korda goes, there is a bellow coming from the chamber that Sparky pointed down, and a 3-legged, 3-armed mouth with a purple tongue longer than Nexa comes barreling out of that passageway, charging after Sparky.
So what I'm hearing is
Can I
once
see a picture?
No, because I am keeping the actual identity of the creature hidden until after you get a little bit further into the combat.
and when the light is actually pointed in his direction. So what I'm hearing is that once again Sparky lied. She said something's down that corridor, but if there's nothing down that corridor, there's something in the room.
What's down the corridor? Timing there, Jeremy.
Okay.
Was it just the tongue that came out?
No, the creature itself. So it bites at Sparky, hitting armor class 27.
Yeah, that hits me.
How much is your armor class?
21 with the shield.
So not a crit. So.
Okay, so looks like you're going to be having to make a fortitude saving throw.
Why not? Yeah.
Mark, I'd suggest that Sparky stop trying to kite these creatures. Like, it's a random thought.
I think Sparky does a good thing. You just sit them back there and don't get anymore. Yeah. Okay, fortitude, so that was it, Mark?
Fortitude saving throw, I believe. Let me just check. Yeah, fortitude saving throw.
Yeah, 11, I don't think we'll do it.
Where is
It'll
it?
do something.
Yeah, I'll be in the mouth, I've got a feeling. Yeah.
Probably a critical fail, so therefore probably.
As you take 17 points of piercing damage.
It's a sharp tongue. We should see Goliath onto it. That'll be tongue versus tongue.
Sparky got a bit of a tongue. Okay, gotcha.
Get a room, each other.
I got a feel I'm grappled, I got a feeling.
No, you were not grappled. It just bit you, and that was its third action. So you have...
could I... Oh, no, I should have asked that before. I put to a shield thing, but that's right. I'll remember. Eventually.
Okay.
So doing the shield block.
Oh, no, I should have said it earlier, so it's a weird one.
Gentle down.
So Sparky's the one getting all the effects today. So next person up is a choice of Luna first because of the higher initiative. If you'd like to act now or wait until Korda acts, as you originally planned.
Well, it depends what I can see.
You can see a three-legged, tentacled mouth with a purple tongue longer than Nexa.
I will act now, actually. Okay. I will act now. I will act now. I will try to use my. The first thing I will do is try to use my.
You want to identify
automatic knowledge.
You'd like to try to identify the creature?
Yeah, I will try automatic knowledge. That's a free action. If I can see the thing.
What DC can you hit?
The DC of automatic knowledge is. Why didn't I put this on my sheet, man? Okay, I put it on the opportunism. My default roll is 17 total.
Okay, you have no idea what the creature is.
Wow, with a 17, I can know what the thing is.
That is correct. Your automatic
then.
knowledge has failed on that. I believe that's one action.
No, automatic knowledge is a free action.
Okay.
I will actually try to roll it then. I will spend an action to actually roll the thing.
Fair enough.
Can someone roll a d20 and +8? I will try to get a better
Your
roll.
automatic knowledge was better.
What did you get this time?
I got a 7, so total 15.
You rolled a 15? Okay, so... Still no idea what it is? That's your first action used?
I need to know what the thing is. I can't attack or defend against something that I don't know what it is.
You've done your knowledge check. You can't do a same knowledge check on the creature because you've technically failed to know what it is.
Oh, then if I use automatic knowledge, I can't do a normal knowledge check, right?
The assumption is that
Next,
yes.
they hit them in the head a couple of times first.
So, no, it's only fair to do it twice in the sense that, do you know instantly? Hang on, if I think about it. So,
Okay,
I'm happy
then
for
I
the
can
two.
use it
I'm happy
twice.
for those
Okay,
two
okay,
checks.
okay.
I'm just not happy for multiple checks if you fail, because you've exhausted your
Nice,
knowledge on the subject.
Okay, then what Luna will do is, since I can't see what the fuck I'm dealing, I will try to focus myself and gather the cosmos energy through my hands.
So
And
what I would like you to now
spray-
do is also make a fortitude save.
What?
Yep.
Because of the knowledge check.
No, just because you're now about to do something. I gave you the knowledge check before you had to worry about the fortitude save because, to be honest, I was trying to be more lenient on you.
Okay then. My fortitude is actually +5. Can anyone roll for me? Jeremy?
we're going to do it again, okay?
Please don't fuck up this time.
The dice are getting lower, that was a 6. So total of 11.
Okay, you are now sickened. 1.
Oh my god. I am sick in 1. I can use one action to puke or something. Okay, but I won't do that.
You don't use an action to puke, you just go, you're feeling a bit nauseous.
No, Jeremy, he can make he can use an action to attempt to recover,
Yeah.
but it doesn't necessarily mean he has to beat the DC of the check with his
Can I ask
Fortitude.
something? What the type of defect? The effect of the thing is actually?
The second.
Horrific smell.
The effect that caused me sicken.
Horrific
Is it
smell.
smell?
Horrific
Yeah.
smell.
Okay. Okay. So if I have resistance to physical things, it doesn't apply to smell, right?
Does not.
Okay. Then what I will do is I will focus myself on the cosmos energy and spray the thing with the stars. Okay. What this do is if I am close enough, all right, because this is a 15-foot cone effect.
How many actions?
That's 2 actions, so it will be the whole turn. It will be the rest of the whole turn. Okay.
I'm going to suggest that you might have Sparky in the middle of the cone, and you don't want to do that.
Sparky
Just a
will be
suggestion.
in the cone because Sparky's between you and it.
Yeah, I saw that.
That doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't want to do it, just he should be aware that the sparking will be in the effect.
Well, Sparky can use his saving throw to get not affected.
What is the spell effect you're doing?
I will cast Spray of Stars.
Spray of Stars, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And what's the effect of that?
Well, the effect of that is 2d4 fire damage. It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
Any throw or is it an attack roll or?
It's not an attack roll. It's a reflex saving throw. Okay.
Reflex saving. Okay.
The DC of the reflex saving throw is 19.
Okay. It fails, but does not critically fail.
Okay, the fail gets full damage and is dazzle for 3 rounds.
Okay.
I guess an ally getting hit also have to do the reflex saving throw.
Yeah. Did you say it was 2d4 damage?
Yeah, 2d4 damage, fire damage. It's not a lot, unless the thing is like vulnerable to fire. I
A
guess.
total of 6.
Is the thing
I don't know
vulnerable to
what
fire?
fail.
I don't know. But if the thing is failure, then it's dazzle for 3 rounds. That's a lot of that's a bit of support to a group, I guess.
So it takes 6 damage, you said?
Yeah.
Yep, 6 damage to fire damage actually.
Dazzled for 3 rounds.
And
It's dazzle
what
for
happened
3
to
rounds.
what happened to Sparky?
Sparky got a 23.
Okay, so Sparky gets half damage, and unfortunately Sparky is also dazzle for 1 round. Sorry about that, Sparky.
That's alright.
Just a bright light flashes through your eyes, and you are a bit like.
You're seeing
Yeah.
the stars.
So basically, all creatures and objects are concealed from those with vision, if that's there any precise sense.
Yeah, I hope the thing uses vision. Actually, I don't think I can dazzle something
So-
that doesn't use vision. I don't
That doesn't affect non-vision.
As your spell goes off, you notice the creature doesn't have eyes.
know. Fuck my ass. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. That's profanity.
It's already, okay.
That's okay. That's why it's you don't get to see a look at the creature until you actually spend time to identify it. Okay, so
I tried to identify the thing before.
You weren't looking at the right things about the fact that, hang on, you're too busy concentrating on the big giant tongue cracking at you, and not the fact that it didn't see their eyes.
what would Nexa like to?
I fucked my group more than I fucked the creature.
Don't worry about it right now, let's keep moving.
So would Nexa
Okay,
like
that's
to
next.
interject now or wait until quarter because she did also delay?
Yeah, Nex is happy to swing an axe at it.
Okay, so Nexa is in next. Nexa will have to have 1 action to move, and then can
Come on,
attack.
Nexa. Swing the retro vanilla nature.
Don't get a 1 and hit the dwarf, please.
Alright, so just do a d20.
Oh yeah,
to
sorry.
hit them
To start with, you've got to make a fortitude saving throw before you actually start.
before I do anything.
Yep.
13. Oh, so I rolled a 13 plus 8, I think.
13 plus 8.
Okay, 21.
Okay, so Nexa is good. So you can
We know
now
that.
you can now attack on your second action.
Alright, sorry, it's been ages since I played. Just roll d20 to like hit first.
Roll
Yeah,
d20
d20.
first.
And probably that plus 10 I would expect.
Alright, so 17 on the dice.
So I expect that's a 27 to hit.
That is a standard hit.
Then it says here 2d12, but I don't know how accurate that is.
That'd be right, because you've got a magical weapon that does striking damage. So
And you are the big hitter of the party, which they really needed this session.
Yep, and you do +4 for your strength, I believe, as well.
yeah, it'd be 2d12 plus 4.
Alright, first one is a 6. Second one is an 11.
So 21 points of damage.
That is a nice hefty hit.
And
And
you've got the opportunity for another blow if you want to.
You can, but you get a -5
This
to
will be
the roll.
this will be +5 instead of +10.
Yeah, correct.
And on the bright side, you know it doesn't have attack of opportunity because you had to move through its reach to get to it.
Yeah. Rolled an 18.
You rolled an
So
18.
23 total.
23 is still a hit.
Another 2d12 plus 4. As you're going with the backswing.
I'm sorry, I'm rolling on my couch and my dice rolled away.
I wanted to find something more comfy.
At least it's better than you roll it and the cat and dog take off with it.
Well, good start.
Egg's still with my dad. She's got puppy sat miles away. So no dog tonight. And
So,
a 4. So 12
so
and a 4.
16, 20 points of total damage.
20 that time? Okay. It seems to be still going strong.
Right. That'll do me then.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe jump slightly back, but not.
Unfortunately, you can't do any more movement. You moved, you attacked,
That's
That's your character.
Yeah.
As you're standing right
Yeah,
next
okay.
to this big mouth that is probably almost as big as you are.
Awesome.
So are we talking the creature's large size or huge or
It is large size.
large size? Yeah.
So think of something the size of a Clydesdale or great grizzly bear sort of thing.
Yep.
And next person up is Corda, who finally gets his go.
Okay. So how far away is it actually from Corda?
It is about 15 feet from you.
Okay.
I was next to Corda and I moved and spoke to him.
Well, you were moving. But then you probably it might have had reach to actually hit you from a distance.
I also let you have the thing of poking through both Nexar and Luna, who were standing between you and Corda,
Okay, gotcha.
because they both were following Corda behind.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
So about 15 feet away, you said.
Yeah.
And if Corda was to move 25 feet,
Yep.
does that put him in a spot where he can effectively provide, like, be on the other side from either Nexar or Sparky or Luna? Although Luna wasn't doing melee, was she?
So 20
You
feet.
guys stop that.
20 feet is the maximum you can. You can move 25 feet, but you'd only be about 10 feet from it, because it basically came through the center of the room, and you're in the middle of the east wall.
Okay, that's basically because I've got to move anyway. I will aim to move to try and flank it a bit.
Yep.
But if I can't get a full flank, that's fine too. And I'm also happy if the move ends up 5 feet away from it, because then I can lunge anyway. So
If you're doing a melee attack, any of your allies can use a reaction to provide you an aid action on your turn, as long as they're doing it in response to you attacking before you roll.
okay.
I will do that because I haven't used to use my shield block. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
In which case, then Mark gets to make a. If Jeremy's doing a melee attack, Mark has to make a melee attack, and hit DC 20.
26 total.
Okay, so you get a.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you try to explain to me again, like, the thing about the aid? Because I thought the aid was a reaction, not an action.
So on Jeremy's turn, Mark is using a reaction to provide aid to Jeremy's attack. He has to do it after Jeremy has declared his action, but before he rolls it.
Okay.
So the aids aren't after the fact; they have to be before it, but they can only be done once Jeremy has declared his action, and it has to be the same skill as the person doing the action. So if they're doing a melee attack, it has to be a melee attack. If they're doing a knowledge, it has to be the same knowledge skill, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so what's the effect of the aid? Is it +1 or +2? Or?
+1 because he didn't critically succeed.
Yep, happy with that. Rolling the attack then, and Marvel marvellous. My rolls keep going so well. Total of 2, which gives a total of 15 to hit.
15. Okay. You swing and it just bats away your blow with one of its tentacles.
Okay. And having gained its attention.
Oh yeah, I
shield.
also forgot to ask you to do your fortitude saving throw.
Oh yeah, sorry. Now the dice are started. 16 plus 24.
24, you're good, you're not affected.
Okay. But yeah, so I just gave it a bit of a tap on the side as I walk by, say, hey, look at me, and then I raise my shield for my third action.
Okay. That's also when you notice it doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, right. Metaphorical, look at me.
Okay, so next person up would be Balaf if he was here. He is not, so it's round to Martin and Barak. I say Balaf.
Yeah, follow the candle. Come on.
So Barak gets to start with his fortitude saving throw.
Oh, okay, for what?
The aura or whatever it is around this creature.
It has a aura, yes.
Okay, so I got 14.
You got 14. Okay, you are sickened 1. So what sickened 1 means, all your DCs and checks are reduced by 1.
Alright, that's not too bad.
Oh, the DCs. The spell from Luna should be DC 18 then. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm learning these things. Sorry.
That's why I read these things out so people can understand them.
Was Luna second?
Luna is second, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no, I wasn't quite close enough, but yeah.
So on a
I don't
crit-
know, because she was already there. He came close enough to her, didn't it? That's right.
It's basically, you don't make the check until you'll go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you now get your 3 actions.
Okay, so is it close enough because it's sickening me to be close, or do I have to move to it?
Its sickening stench reaches out 40 feet from the creature.
Right.
So it covers an area of 100 feet centered on its center.
So the important thing for you to ask is, how close are you to it as such?
Yes.
As to whatever you're planning on doing.
Yes. Am I 100 feet from it?
You are within 10 feet of the creature. Actually, where you are now, I'd say you're within 5 feet because it rushed in at Sparky. Because it takes up a 2 square by 2 square space.
Alright.
If you have bonuses against large creatures, that also helps.
Oh, not really. For a dwarf.
I gotta say, I wouldn't recommend turning your dog and biting the thing, because hey, if it smells that bad from 40 feet away, it probably doesn't taste all that good.
So I'm gonna get in and try and swim.
What a throw.
And I'll dagger.
Okay.
And that is now with the -1 penalty. So it'd be 20.
20, you hit.
Okay. And damage. Clan dagger. 1d6 plus strength. Oh, 8.
8 total.
Nice, Daddy.
It's good to see your traditional clan dagger is useful.
Yes.
It's still sharp.
Hey, most dwarves won't use them in combat, but it is fantastic you're making use out of it. What is your second action?
Oh, I'll do that again.
I believe it's an agile weapon.
Minus 4 on the attack, obviously.
So minus
or
4.
like 4 less of what the bonus is.
That's going to be a 10.
So minus 5 with the second.
No, it's an agile thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a total of minus 5 with your second.
Ah, right. Okay. So 10.
So, total of 10?
Total of 10. Okay, what would you like to do with your critical miss?
Oh,
Let's go Sparky, I'm sure it's exit.
Marky, don't you have a critical roll deck?
I only pull that out if he rolls a natural 1. And critical misses.
I do love that deck though.
So what are the options?
What would you like to do? You could simply say it bats your dagger away and you don't see where it goes.
That sounds good because I've got a second dagger.
Will you stab yourself, or you stab a friend, or...
Okay, so
I'll have a friend.
your clan dagger goes...
I'm happy for it to flick it away, and then I pull out my second dagger.
Your clan dagger goes flying out of sight.
I can get it back. But,
yeah, you just have to hunt for it. But it is very disturbing for you to have lost it from your hand. So,
Question, is that like a tattoo on his forehead too?
it's the clan dagger is basically his character's honor. He can never return to his family if he does not have that dagger. He is no longer welcome in dwarven lands or among other dwarves.
Okay.
It's basically his family's status symbol is his clan dagger.
Yeah.
That's why not
So
many...
you basically lost your balls.
So I was just pointing it out there. It's not gone for good. It's just out of view.
Also, I feel like his family shouldn't care about his balls that much.
So, but, okay, so your next action, you're saying you're pulling another dagger?
Yes.
Okay, so you pull a dagger out as your final action.
Yeah.
Unless you have quick draw, in which case you can draw an attack. Do you have quick draw?
I don't have quick draw.
Okay, so that brings us to Sparky.
Okay. So the thing
We're just like hit the back of the head by a dagger, and we're scabbing off somewhere else.
Yeah. So the thing's in the middle of the room, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I know it doesn't do an attack of opportunity based on 2 people moving into.
Well, no, it's saving up to Sparky.
So I will get the hell out of there
Okay.
because I don't think I'm in a good spot to play tangles with tangles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. My first one.
It's setting up a lovely back shot.
Wait a sec, everyone else give me a moment, please. So, Mark, you're saying you're getting out of there. Are you running up the stairs away from the creature via the nearest exit?
No, I'm going back to the original corridor we came down.
That's why I thought I would ask and get it because it was
No,
breaking
because
up.
I thought about that before I said anything. But I need to roll a fortitude save check first, I believe. Is that right?
You do, yes, because you haven't had a chance to act yet.
Upgraded 27.
27. Okay, critical success. No, not critical success. Just no, upgraded is critical success. So when you get a success and you upgrade it, it makes it a critical success. So you are unaffected.
Okay, I'm going to go down the corridor we originally just came up into this room. I can move 20 feet as a first move.
Back at the front of the corridor we came into, we get to go through the room first.
Considering you're going around the room, that puts you halfway through the room.
Okay,
And a second action will get you to the exit because 20 foot will be going straight through the creature, which you can't do.
That's fair enough. I didn't know how, that's right. That's understandable. So I'll do the second move to get it out a fair distance away from the creature. And then I'd like to get my crossbow out, and that's it.
Okay. So your crossbow is unloaded at this stage.
Yeah,
Just as a reminder.
all good.
Okay, now it is the creature's turn. It tries to bite Corda.
Well, I tried to get his attention.
It manages to actually see you. So while you can't see its eyes, it does have eyes. And so it can see where you are, and it tries to attack you, hitting armor class 21.
21 will miss, but also if sight is technically its primary sense, then when you still tag will leave him, didn't recognise it, so concealed. But okay, he missed anyway. But
Sight isn't its primary.
I'm not surprised it's not its primary, but yeah.
It does have eyes, but it's not its primary.
Yep, okay. But yeah, so 21 is a miss.
21 is a miss. Okay, it tries to swat Nexa with one of its tentacles. Okay, so it hits armor class 18 on its swing.
Look, my sheet currently says 18, but I think it's out of date. But I'll go with 18.
Unfortunately, because it's out of date, it means it's a hit.
And it's possibly not out of date, because you're level 3?
I guess. Oh no, the sheet says level 2.
Oh, does it? Okay, well, yeah.
But some parts of it are updated with some parts aren't. I'm just a shithead lady person. That's okay. I accept the consequences of my laziness.
Okay, so Nexa is struck, and then she is grabbed.
With what? A tentacle? A tongue?
Well, hard to tell. Well, it's really a tentacle. A spiked tentacle grabs you. A spiked tentacle has grabbed you.
This sounds like an anime. I'm just saying out there, man.
That's why I wanted to know.
Don't worry, it's not an angel of death.
Yes, I'm just imagining it saying, I love him and hug him and call him George.
What with hentais and tentacles things? What the hell?
And you hear it say in common, tasty orc.
Taste what?
What now?
Tasty orc.
What?
Did you say it?
I didn't hear.
Tasty orc.
Oh, so that was your half of.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you said tasty horse. I'm
We-
getting really confused.
Well, if you like, we can change it to that, but it's not Pinwinkle. So,
That well.
so
Nexa's blushing.
it is Luna's go now.
Well, I don't want to like interrupt anything, but I think I need to do something about that thing. What next? What Luna will do is Luna will try again to roll a knowledge check.
You can't because you've already tried on this creature and failed.
You can't do anything, you can't recognise this creature until you get the opportunity for more details. You gain a level, or possibly wait for it to get it, dissect it, or something like that.
Oh, okay then. I thought I could try a knowledge check each round, right?
They're the same creature.
Oh.
Once you fail at it, then you're not going to learn it unless you've got the opportunity to learn something more.
Otherwise, you can say, I'm doing a knowledge check every round on the same creature, learn absolutely every detail about every creature in the book. Which sort of defeats the purpose of the skill and learning as you play.
Yeah, if you don't know what it is, you don't know what it is.
I mean, you might be able to argue it if you were in hiding and watching it over several minutes or hours, watching it action, but you wouldn't do it during combat.
Okay.
So you have three actions.
What Luna will do is Luna will cast Bless.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Bless
actions is
2
that?
actions or 3 actions? I guess it's 2 actions. Let me open the thing.
Bless is 2 actions.
So I will cast Bless And I will also use
So-
one action to.
Standing next to you is Sparky, so you and Sparky will both be blessed.
Yeah, I will use my last action.
Sparky went to the other side of the room, didn't she?
Oh no, that's right, Sparky did. So currently no one else is in the blessed range, having moved from you because it's a 5-foot
Yeah.
emanation.
Okay, I will use my last action to increase the emanation 5 feet, and then that's my whole turn.
You cannot use it on the same turn to increase the emanation.
Once
No,
per turn,
But
start.
actually, it says, so, wait a sec, give me a sec. Once per turn, starting on the turn after you cast it, yes. So you can only increase the range after the round you've cast it. So it's a 3-round, a 5-foot emanation on the first round, taking 2 actions.
But then you still have another option.
Yeah, I another action I will try to puke then.
Okay, give me a...
The other one you could do would be to move closer to someone, so therefore they're within 5 feet.
give me a fortitude save.
Or I can try to puke. No, you are right. You are totally right. I will do that next turn. I will do that next turn. You are right. But now I will try to puke.
Yep.
Yeah, so you want to roll it for you?
Anyone else? Roll
Anyone else?
is too low, man.
Yeah, no. I'm having that. I just put the die back down again and it was a 20. But don't worry, someone else is wrong.
God damn it.
And we do reduce this roll by 1 because of your second value.
Yeah.
It's your fortitude minus 1.
So someone rolling a d20 for Victor?
Okay, right. Anyone.
Mark,
can
could you
because
please roll?
I said it.
Mark ducked away to get coffee, I think.
Oh, okay.
So,
I just rolled a 15.
15, there we go.
Okay, 15 minus 1 plus 3, then is 17.
Okay, that is a fail.
Fuck.
Luckily, it wasn't a critical fail, but it's still a fail. And so it is.
We're right, is that right?
What was that, Jeremy?
No, it doesn't get worsened, but it doesn't get better either.
Potentially, a critical fail could make it worse. So it is Nexar's go. You are grappled, meaning you cannot make.
How does that limit me?
You cannot move your character.
So you can still swing your axe at it and chop off the limb that's holding you, or chop off the rest of the body that's holding you, but you can't run
Swing
away.
axe still?
You can still swing your axe. It doesn't actually stop you doing so.
Would there be like a negative to it?
Yeah, well, you technically you're flat-footed for anything it does to you, and
you have a chance of failing manipulate actions.
Yeah.
So casting spells may not work while you're grabbed.
But technically, it doesn't stop you or doesn't hinder you swinging a great big axe, as long as you stick at the creature you want to that's grappling you.
Well, yeah, I'll swing the axe specifically at whatever limb is grappling me currently.
Yep.
Do I still have to do a fortitude thing first?
No, that's only once.
Okay.
You managed to make it, so you don't have to worry about it for the next hour.
Alright. Wish me luck.
If this is still going in an hour, there's problems.
Ooh, I rolled an 18. Plus what to that?
Plus 10, I think we said. 28.
28, you get a hit.
I had 2d12.
Yep.
Cast is not helpful. Is that a 6? And an 11.
Total 21 again.
Okay. It's still got. Actually, at that blow, you actually managed to sink it into the main body, and it collapses while still grabbed tightly around you, and bringing you down.
And calling me a delicious whore.
I'll just go back to the comic book on this.
Next time got grabbed, he gave her a big hug, calling her a delicious whore, and Nexa for some reason felt that might have been a bit too clingy, and so Nexa dropped its full body and it collapsed on the ground.
Oh, that's alright.
Holding on to Nexa, Chris, hey, there's nothing here.
And Luna throw it up. For this request, you know all that.
So, yes, I'm guessing Nexa will use her extra actions to try and disentangle herself from the creature.
So it's done, like it's out.
It seems to be not moving on the ground.
Well, yeah, I'll try and get myself free from its clutches. I
Okay,
guess.
that's a athletics check.
Alright. No negatives on that for my second move.
No negatives on that because you're not sickened.
Alright. Oh. I rolled an 11 and I have a plus 8 to athletics, so 19.
19. Okay, so you're struggling, and apparently the spikes that its tentacles have stuck into you are too tightly buried for you to pull out. In it collapsing, it has basically clenched.
Alright. Cool. Well, I'll just lay here exasperatedly, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just, after our conversation with technical point from that previous session, I just had too many bad thoughts on the game. Yeah.
As long as my stomach's not expanding, we're fine.
That's okay then. That's good.
Unlike last night, they can't spend story points to make that happen.
That's true.
Okay, so
Thank God for that.
Corda, what are you doing at this point, seeing this creature collapse?
I will aim to cut the tentacle away from Nexa
Yep.
to allow her to escape.
Okay, so I will give you an attack roll with your flaming sword.
15, total of 27.
Okay, so you manage to sever the tentacle.
And I will then, use my last two actions to basically help Nexa disentangle the tentacle.
Okay, I will give you an athletics check, and next I can attempt to aid you in this one. So you can make a athletics check for Nexa to see if she can get 20.
She had that plus 8, was it?
Yep.
Plus, she makes 21.
So you get to add 1 to your roll to try to pull the tentacle off Nexa.
Okay, and that gets me plus 10, so 24.
Okay, so it's a struggle. You just managed to pull it off. It's that tight, and you see little bits of skin attached to its teeth on its tentacle that are as long as your finger.
Yeah. So, well, now that it's dead and Corda's playing with it,
I am happy for each character to make a occultism roll if you'd like to identify what the creature is.
I don't suppose swamp lore would help.
I rolled a 4 and I have plus 0.
Okay, so what would Nexa like to call? What would Nexa like to call the creature because you critically failed?
I don't know. Sexy bastard.
Is chemical a useful skill or?
It's called occultism that you need to use to identify this type of creature.
Okay, but yeah, so a lore skill in swamp lore wouldn't be useful?
It would not be useful in this case.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go look for my clan dagger.
Yeah, so Corda only got 15, so he's obviously never seen it before, so that's fine. So.
Yeah, Corda has no idea what sort of creature it is. Does Sparky have occultism, and would she like to try?
No, Sparky's gonna get up. He's got teeth in his mouth, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Well, he also had teeth at the end of its tentacles.
Well, I'd like just to get my photography book out and just draw it. Then I'll work out when somebody tells you what it is. So.
But yeah, so Cordar will be aiming to look down the passageway where it came from, in case there's another one that might be coming through. So,
Okay.
because I'm assuming that he saw nothing down the corridor that he initially went to, did he?
He saw stairs going up, and
That's
not,
right, yeah.
and couldn't
Yeah.
actually see into where the stairs went to.
No, to be honest, there was nothing coming that way, so he will go and cover the other corridor while people are tidying up if they wish to do so, or whatever. So.
Okay, so you.
Sparky would make. Once Sparky does the drawing, she will stay right behind Cordar, not in the direction of corridor that she has to scan herself. So she just makes sure Cordar does all the corridor.
It's going to take you a while to draw the creature. It's not a you can draw it in 6 seconds. Because
cool.
unless you say you can draw a diagram in 6 seconds that represents the creature to your satisfaction,
Let me.
not many master artists can do so.
But he might have a quick draw.
I have photography galore.
Yeah, but if when you got the quick draw feat, that's what you need, isn't it?
Is there any souvenir I can take from the body of it?
You've got a tentacle.
Hey, I hang on to that.
It makes a lovely boa around your neck.
Yes.
Sparky might say, "Don't let Pimwinkle see you to that." So.
Yeah, Kim Winkle might end up with it up the wrong end of him.
I did tell you, Nick, so that I met his sister. She's she's interesting. So I see what you mean when you said that family's very interesting. But anyway,
How did that happen?
That's when the last session when I got picked up by the police and the Death Knights, and they wanted me to join the Sisters Guard, looking after the Queen. So
That's when he lied to Hell Knights and got caught out.
Yeah, I lied to Hell Knights, and I didn't realise they could see through my lies. So
Yeah. It was when Sparky was once again playing the distraction for the rest of the party to do stuff.
wouldn't have been good anyway because I would have had a -4 to my lie anyway because I'm an oath breaker. But anyway, that's another
Was
thing.
this before or after you burnt down my back fence?
It was before. No, before. I
Before
think
the
before the Bellarth accident happened. So.
To be fair, I think Nexa likes Bellath more than he likes Sparky.
Wow. After last session, I beg to differ on it. But anyway.
Well, technically, Nektar spent a lot more time with Bella than she has with Sparky.
Oh, true, but...
And plus, she's more than happy to punish Bellath, and Bellath will put up with it.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair enough then. Okay.
Okay, so yes.
So when people are ready to move on, Cordar will head down the passageway that the creature had come from on the idea that that's what he's at the moment. So.
Okay, walking into that passage area, the stench here is worse than it was with where the creature came out.
Oh, Cordar will be breathing shallowly.
The majority of this room contains a nasty-looking stretch of mud, a partially collapsed sinkhole, kept damp by rivulets of water seeping from the walls. A patch of solid ground extends into the mud to form an island on which is heaped a reeking pile of body parts. To the north, a rickety wheelbarrow sits on its side against the wall. The tread pattern on the wheelbarrow reminds you of what you found when you were looking for the body.
Yep. Well, yeah. Are there any other exits from this room?
No.
Okay. Cordar will then aim to he'll go and inspect the wheelbarrow just to confirm what we believe we've already heard, but I think we wouldn't see that immediately, so he's going to inspect the wheelbarrow.
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception roll.
17.
Okay, looking at it, it does match the tread you saw outside.
Happy. Is anyone else doing anything while Cordar's looking at the wheelbarrow?
I would like to look down there, but I'm not sure what drawing is now. I'll let you go, Mark. You go, I'm still drawing. So.
Okay, Barak is in there.
23.
Which becomes a -1 for your sickened conditions, making it a 22.
Oh, how do I get rid of that?
You have to throw up.
Take an action to sticky fingers down your throat.
Alright, I'm happy to do that.
Okay. Would you like to make a fortitude save after you're looking around, considering this is probably the perfect place to do it in?
That's right. You know those. Of course, if you do it with chicken trap, then you walk down here, you might have to move on chicken, but hey.
Do you want to borrow my tentacle?
What, make a snowball?
Shove it down his throat.
Alright.
No, it's a 24 on the fourth save.
Okay, so your character is no longer sickened, having gotten rid of that bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you didn't find anything of interest amongst the pile of body parts.
Okay.
Not really sure what you're looking for. Does anyone else come in besides Sparky to help?
Next is sort of walking around absent-mindedly, flinging the tentacle around like one of those sticky hands that you get.
Okay.
I was picturing it like the boa.
Would you like to try that on Sparky?
Why do you pick me? That's alright. I'm gonna have a go at this. You can pick anyone else in the party, but you decide to pick me.
Well, you're in the same room as Sheik as Nexa, because Nexa hasn't left the room.
Okay.
And you're sitting down, not paying attention. You're actually sitting there doing something useful while she's been around, being a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah.
And this one the bird down the fence.
It could happen. An absent-minded tentacle might fling her.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're not skilled with using it, so you get to only do a strength plus. Add your strength to the roll.
Okay, so D20.
D20 plus your strength bonus.
Oh, I only rolled a 3.
Okay, so as you go to flick the tentacle at the dwarf, unfortunately it goes over your back, and you get a tooth stuck in your buttock.
Yeah.
And you pull, you sort of have that ripping sensation from behind.
Now there's a hole in my pants with a tiny bit of green butt showing.
Yep, and a spurt of dark blood going out the back.
Yeah, cool. Alright, I'm gonna stop playing with this tentacle.
I'm sure they say that in the anime cartoons too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely do. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is Nexa doing while they're all doing this? Luna.
I don't know, is there anything that
Well, I will try to study the damn thing, the creature that we killed. If I can try to learn anything about that thing.
Okay, so you spend time looking at it with
Sparky while she's doing it.
Also taking notes, and Nexa's basically hopping around with Al my butt, and I probably shouldn't play with this all around you.
Nexa's obviously providing guard and support for the others while they're distracted.
Yeah.
I'm going to say tentacle up a butt, but it's not up a butt as such. But then,
Well, it's just a tooth in the cheek. Fine.
He won't be sitting for a while.
Well, Corda, okay, have a look at wheelbarrow, okay, well, yes. This looks like it could be the wheelbarrow that the person that we saw dump the body, or the said he dumped the body, used.
Okay, so would Corda like to have a look through the body parts?
Corda will have a look around to see if we can find any more evidence of the body or anything like that.
Okay, at this stage, the person in there with you, Martin's character, Barak, can actually make an aid roll to see if he can add +1 to your roll if he can get 20 on his perception roll.
Perception.
Yep. So aid can be used in many cases, including searching.
Alright. Oh yeah, I got it just on 20. Yep.
In which case you get
Okay.
a +1 based on Martin's bonus.
Which means worth 18 plus 8 is 26.
26. With the help of the clan dwarf, who is quite happy he's got his dagger back, you find what appears to be broken legs and hips of a human decorated with bold Shoanti tattoos, as well as a amber necklace, a silver clan dagger, a wax sealed metal flask, a bone wand, and a golden ring.
Has someone got a fan or something near the microphone? Oh. So,
I haven't moved mine.
I think it was
that's
Victor.
there seemed to be some background noise.
Sorry.
Time out. There was an amulet.
There was a body, a hips and legs with Bolcho anti-tattoos. There
And
was...
they look apparently new legged, like in the sense that they're recently deceased.
Yes.
Okay.
Which does strike you of what you were told to expect.
I will aim to be, like, he's not so much interested in the rest of the stuff, he'll be aiming to grab the legs out and wrap them up in a blanket or leather or something type stuff to then place it in his pouch.
A amber necklace,
Amber necklace. Yeah.
a silver clan dagger, a wax sealed metal flask, a bone wand, and a golden ring.
So you're noting down that party treasure, are you, Mark?
Yep. Okay. I thought it was that silver dagger, clan dagger. Yep. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. Gee, thank you for that.
I'm just making sure I write them down on here as well because
You mentioned that Barak had recovered his clan dagger, hadn't you?
I did.
Yes.
So it's not like we've he found his dagger in the mark that had gone a bit further than he thought it had.
Okay.
That's why I basically said it before I said what you found. So
Yeah, I'm pretty certain you had, but when you said silver clan dagger, I thought, well, hang on. So,
Okay. And that was off the yeah. Okay. I'm gonna call it tentacle thing. I'm gonna call it treasure. And did you need anything to wrap that body up with stuff? Like any?
so
Some kind of
so he's got some. Yeah, you just put it. He'll wrap it up in a blanket.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I'll probably walk over after on the drawing run if it's okay. But
yeah, so you basically spend some time doing that. I will see if you don't appear to be disturbed. It takes you 10 minutes to finish the drawing.
yeah, my photography law, would that help at all with that at all? Not really.
With your photography law?
Yeah, cartography.
Cartography law is so map making doesn't necessarily make you great at drawing creatures.
Cool. That's cool. That's what I asked.
It makes you pretty good at drawing dragons for the heavy dragon section.
And I won't just put the words put word unknown until somebody tells me what it is. So yeah.
And I'm sure you'll find someone who'll be able to tell you at some point.
Yeah, I'll be go talk to a priest upstairs.
Okay.
So after Cordar and Barak have been searching through this area and they found bits and pieces, we will probably aim to move back to the the room with 3 tables.
Yep.
While other people are waiting around. I'm assuming that room's therefore being properly searched because people are waiting there for 10 minutes. You'll then aim to move towards the passageway that you originally went to with the stairway.
Okay, so you move to where the stairs are.
Oh, I do mention to the barrack saying, luckily you've got your clan dagger back, I was telling him, so you don't want to lose that.
Yes.
You don't want to lose that one, trust me. I don't want, I hear it all my, if I ever lost it, oh geez, my family would absolutely murder me. So,
Well, no, that they wouldn't be interested in you enough to murder you. You'd just be a nobody to them.
Alright, no, I guess my clan, does value me a bit.
Well, as long as you've got your dagger, they'll value you.
the other clan dagger we picked up, Martin.
Yeah.
If I'm not sure if Cordar or Barrack showed us.
I'm sure Barrack probably noticed it and might have been more interested in it. So.
Is that do I kind of recognise that as a dwarven kind of clan dagger or a different kind of clan dagger?
It was Cordar who picked it up. Did Cordar give it to anyone else to examine before putting it away?
If it was just a silver dagger, well, basically, if we found bits and pieces, he would have basically been putting it in a slightly drier spot, and then basically he would have been he left things in the pile there while he wrapped up the leg. So
okay, so I'm happy to say that Barrack had a chance to examine it. Did Barrack tell anyone else about them, or did Barrack have any other interest in it? Because you get about 9 minutes worth of examining.
I would examine it, yes.
Okay. So it does seem to come from one of the clans from your homeland. It's not your clan,
Well,
not your clan, but one of the clans from there.
well, I would negotiate for its transfer to me.
Or you
Is
could
it
simply
magical?
just say I grabbed that dagger and put it in my belt until told otherwise, which is also perfectly fine.
What were the dwarves called again?
Darrow and Duragar.
Darrow. Yeah, cool. Did the Darrows have clan daggers?
They normally do not.
Well, I want to be transparent. I don't want to just snaffle something. I'd like to explain the connection between me and this particular dagger.
Well, certainly, if you're talking to Cordar about it, if the other person in the room right now, he's happy. Oh yeah, hang on to it.
Yeah.
We can discuss it later as to where it goes, if anyone particular should have it. But more than happy for you to carry it for the time being.
No worries.
And having a silver dagger in you is not a bad thing.
That's
Yes.
right. Cordar's already got silver weapons, so he doesn't need a dagger to aid against Fae or no, what is it? Devils and lycanthropes for silver. So, and I guess that means that unless Barrack wants to be carrying the other items, Cordar will carry the other stuff amongst his bits, but obviously, not worried about or looking at carefully what they are yet. So,
fair enough.
Unless potentially could call Balath in to say, hey, there's a potion and a wand here that you might be interested in, but since he wasn't doing anything else in the other room, so...
No, he doesn't know about it. It's okay.
He
Doesn't need another one.
was busy supervising the drawing of the creature.
Telling me I'm doing wrong. The
nose is flatter than that. No, the eyes are more widespread.
You missed the eyes.
There are 3 tentacles, even though one got cut off.
You missed the eyes. But there's no eyes. You're missing the eyes. It's like that.
Yeah,
I can
all
see
you
that
have is a drawing. I've got a limb.
Well, it does turn out
yeah.
one of its 3 limbs has eyes in it instead of teeth.
Wait, what's got eyes?
One of its 3 tentacles has eyes in it instead of teeth.
Is that the
Since the fight is over, can you show it?
No, because I'm going to leave it as a unknown until you identify the creature.
You're lucky you've got a lovely drawing of it to have people show you what this thing is. So.
I want Mark to actually try to draw it.
Okay, Bill, I'm doing it right now. Okay, while we're doing this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yep. I'm assuming that 10 minutes have passed, and corridor at least is going to be looking up that corridor with the stairs, and assuming nothing is visible or coming down them, he'll start walking up them.
Okay. The stairs go up into a gallery above the room where you're in, parallel to it. It is the walls and ceiling of this tall hallway are encrusted with dozens of yawning skulls. Their mouths open into dark holes into the wall, not to be freaky whatsoever.
And how big is this corridor?
This corridor itself is a whole 10 foot wide and 40 foot long, and you're at one end of it. There is a alcove at the other end. Not dangerous whatsoever.
Yeah, any exits apparently?
The alcove at the other end is probably an exit, but you can't see too well because you're 40 feet away from the corner and can't peer around at a distance.
Understandable.
Luckily, you have dwarves you can send ahead to investigate for you.
Well, I believe it's actually more Sparky right behind me now, isn't she? So she keeps moving her position of the party in the order because she thinks it's 14, but I say, it doesn't matter where she moves to, apparently that's where the action is. Because she's she leaps into the fray. It's very impressive to watch.
Very much the catalyst.
Oh God, it's so bad this drawing. I'm definitely not going up front, Martin. No matter what he says, I'm going to do it. Anyway, it's going to happen if somebody throws me, and if he does throw me, I'm going to put up a fight.
I think dwarf tossing is not really the best thing to bring in after tentacle porn.
So, Cordar will aim to look at the closest skull that's this yawning dark chasm behind them type stuff, just to see how deep this thing goes or whatever. So,
okay, you think you can stick your whole fist in its mouth?
Right. Okay. But otherwise, they appear to be normal skulls.
Why?
The ones next to you appear to be normal skulls.
Okay. Well, Cordar will then aim to start moving down and looking towards getting to the exit, assuming it's an exit at the alcove. So.
Okay. And I'm assuming everyone follows Cordar.
Yep.
I'm
kind of like...
line, so
Sparky's right on my heels according to the most recent information.
Yeah, hang on, I'm just finishing the tea. Come on, bear with you guys. Going to go up and Scott chat soon, okay?
Okay.
The eyes are really crap, I'm just want to let you know. Eddie, I'm sorry in advance.
Well, they look very visible, so that's okay.
That's right, they're pretty
I'm
drawn.
going to be judging hard.
Yeah, I know, because I've got to draw a tattoo for you eventually, so in some way, but yeah.
Okay.
Or just the other tattoo, but...
Look, no matter how shit, like, I've had customers me very shit drawing that I've fixed, it's fine.
It's like a 20 second jump, I'm pretty sure. Okay. I didn't get any colours of that from Martin, so, and I'm assuming that it's walking on its 3 arms, so just bear with me.
Maybe it walks over time.
It had 3 legs as well as 3 arms.
No, it had 3 legs.
That is fairly, to be honest, that is fairly close to the actual picture.
Because the middle one's got the eyes on it. I thought it had only 3 arms. I didn't hear. Or maybe I didn't hear legs bit.
And from the actual description of what I gave you, that is quite accurate to the official depiction of the creature. Which is why Luna thought there were no eyes, because it was on the tentacles, not on the body.
Look at that long stuff.
I'm
Okay.
going to do like in the drawing of the book, it'll be next to in the background, holding the tentacles flying around as well. So, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm giving everyone a perception roll, please.
No problems.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Mine is +8. Can someone roll for me?
So with your with Nexa's natural 20, what does that add to your perception?
+7.
So you get 27 upgraded.
You got a 19 on Victor. And Corda got a total of 14.
Sparky got a total of 24.
So what did Luna get?
19 should be 27.
27 for Luna, not upgraded.
22.
22 for Barak. And what was Sparky's?
24 there, Martin.
24. Thank you very much. It's just trying to get all the numbers at the same time. Can be quite. You said 24? Was Sparky 24?
Yeah,
Okay.
24.
Sorry. Yeah, I just got distracted by image popping up.
Yeah,
So-
no, I got distracted too.
Okay. So, you're walking down the corridor following Corda. Nexa, with your natural 20, you get forewarning that the others do not get. So,
Look at the tentacle I'm swinging around. That's got powers.
So, you actually see that the skulls along the hallway you're walking down start to light up green. And two of the skulls actually start to move. And you'll get to act soon. Luna also gets to notice that the skulls are lighting up before you actually get to do anything. So, what would Nexa like to do as you see two skulls start to move?
Can he shout out, glowy skull things, and swing an axe at one?
Yes, you can.
Or a tentacle.
The moving or the glowing ones?
The moving ones.
Okay.
I rolled an 18. We still doing +10 to that?
Yep.
Yep.
So 28.
28. 28 is a hit.
And then 2d12.
Yep, +4.
7. And a 9.
So, total 20.
Total of 20. Okay, so you move up and you strike this skull on the wall. Nothing else seems to happen at this stage. Do you want to swing again?
Is there another skull within striking distance?
The whole corridor is full of skulls, as is the ceiling, but you saw two of them start to move.
So another moving one or another glowing one within striking distance?
There is another moving on in striking distance.
Alright, I'll go for that one.
Okay. So you get a -5 to the roll.
It's only +5.
+5,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's not good. I rolled a 9.
You rolled a total of 9.
14.
Is that 9 with the +5 or a 9 on the dice?
No, so I rolled a 9 on the dice.
Okay.
Yeah, so 14.
Okay. So yes, you swing and miss.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is your turn for the round. Luna
Nothing bad happens.
notices the skulls start to light up.
I will try automatic knowledge or something to try to.
Okay,
That
what
was
something useful.
okay, give me a sec, guys. What is your automatic knowledge in?
Occultism.
Occultism. Okay. Your automatic knowledge fails in that sense.
Well, you don't know. Yeah.
How do you determine what an automatic knowledge is?
You've got to choose the skill.
You have to choose which skill you have automatic knowledge in, and if that skill is not related to the check he's making the automatic knowledge in, it's an automatic failure.
Okay.
Good. Well, or rather, it's actually not so much choose the skill. It's you've got to have assurance in the skill, which so therefore you've effectively chosen that skill because
it's a second level. It's a second level down. Actually.
Yeah, right. It's a stack from assurance.
Okay, so I will be giving you advantage on a reflex saving throw this round, but that's all you get on the go is your free check and that, and everyone else will be... well, actually, it's an attack roll against you. I will give you a bonus to your armor class for this attack roll. So, first is Nexa, who also gets an advantage. What is your armor class?
18, I think we said.
18 for Nexa.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I'm under 18 at the moment.
unfortunately, you do get hit still.
Yeah, I'm just wearing my underwear.
Just for your future when I come to me, Martin, I've got Trap Finder, so I get a +1 bonus for any attacks against me by traps.
You get a what? Sorry.
+1 bonus.
+1 bonus
Okay.
to perception
You
check
get
for
any
finding
traps.
traps.
Yeah, yes. Yep.
It still wouldn't have been enough.
That's alright, so I'll just let you know.
Okay, so Nexa takes 2 points of acid damage plus 1 point of acid splash damage. So that is
Ow.
3 points to... Now, Luna, what's Luna's armor class?
Luna's armor class is 19.
19. Okay. You would have been struck, except you managed to dodge out of the way due to your forewarning, because you noticed the trap.
Right.
Okay. Then it is Sparky. What is Sparky's armor class? Without shield.
21 with the Trap Finder, so.
So, Trap Finder adds to your armor class?
It does, it says to AC against attacks made by traps.
Okay. And 21 you said?
Yep.
Okay. Sparky takes 6 points of acid damage.
Yeah, I kind of guess something like that anyway, so. Just worth a case. Sure.
That's okay. Amusingly, it was the number needed. Only you could have actually had a little bit one. If only you could have had one more. Next person up is Barak. What is Barak's armor class?
It's like 20 or something.
If it's 20, you just got hit.
If you need anything, just check.
Where is it? Oh, sorry, I get lost quite easily. HP, size, speed.
So 10 plus your dex, plus your armor proficiency, and plus your armor.
Yeah, so it's hide armor, which is 3, plus 2, plus being trained. That's
Got an extra plus
20.
5.
Yeah. So 20.
20.
Armor class.
In which case, you also got hit
Yeah.
for 5 points of acid damage.
Okay. Done.
And then it was Korda.
Yep.
What is Korda's armor class?
AC 21.
You're fine.
Mhm.
At which point, two snake-like skeletal figures detach from the wall and attack. The first two people.
So all the acid stuff came from the glowing skulls, not from the moving skulls. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
So one of them attacks Nexa, and one of them attacks Gorda, because they're the front two people, thanks to Nectar moving up.
So, like, visual-wise, they're like snake, like a snake skeleton, or like a human skeleton used to make a snake body?
A human head on what appears to be a snake skeleton.
Cool. That's way creepier.
Considering it is about the size of you in length. So it is with a full-size skull.
And I think we've seen something like this before, haven't we? In the Godmouth ossuary?
You have.
I had a feeling we got attacked by a skull with effectively a spine or a snake attached to the back of it.
Yes, you. Korda has, but Sparky has not. Nexa, I'm not sure was there at the time.
I would have thought Nexa was there.
Actually, Nexa might have been there. So yes, it is armor class of 14, which means it will miss.
Yeah.
And you're going to ask something, Jeremy?
I was just going to say, Annie, something you would have realised in the fight when we faced the skeletons last time is that certainly normal skeletons, your axe and sword, like slashing and piercing weapons, were less effective against skeletons.
But not ineffective, just...
Not ineffective, and particularly when you're doing 2d12 damage, it's probably still quite effective, but yeah, just be aware that it's less effective.
Yeah.
And it tries to attack you a second time. Apparently, not so good. So it didn't actually critically fail, but it came close. It managed to hit armor class of 9.
Against who?
Nexa.
Oh, Nexa, yeah.
With the armor class of 18, so... so close. And the other one attacks Korda. Yeah, that happened.
Yep.
So, how is a 28 against you? That's not a card critical, which is good. It's just a critical success.
It's just a critical. So like, yeah, just a critical because of the 20 on the die. It's not 10 plus.
Okay, so that makes it, it'll be double damage. It deals 10 piercing damage.
Uh-huh.
And you get to make a fortitude saving throw.
Cordar's tough. My 18 plus, I think it's 8, yeah, 26.
26. Okay. And... I just have to make a note for you. I'm sure it's not important.
Oh, I'm sure it's not important.
Okay, and then it has a second attack against you.
Yeah.
And hits armor class 20, which means it's just a miss.
Just missed, yep.
Got close.
Yep.
Because it has agile attacks.
Mm-hmm. Well, not surprisingly, if it's effectively a natural attack with a bite.
Okay, so that brings us to Nexa gets to go again because she's the top of the line. But because of the critical effect, she got a go in the what was technically a surprise round.
A surprise. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So, which one's currently attacking me?
The one you hit.
So it's one of the long snaky ones. So it's not a glowing one.
And we call them moving skulls.
Yeah.
Rather than a glowing skull.
So there's probably close to 100 odd glowing skulls, and there was only 2 moving ones.
So the glowing ones haven't actually removed themselves from the wall. They're effectively like a trap kind of thing, spitting acid. Is that right?
Well, they're currently not glowing. Or once they all fired acid into the room.
Yeah.
But yes, effectively, they spray to acid at people. So, but otherwise,
they're not like animated.
not obvious.
Not moving.
Not moving, no.
So only 2 current moving targets.
You that missed, but you've already hurt.
Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna go for the one that hit me because even though I know I'm not as effective, that's all I do.
All good.
No.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. What's the total on your 1?
Unless you want to use a reroll, if there's one still available.
Well, I don't know how many rerolls are left, and is everyone happy for me to do that?
Or would you like to have the fun of a card critical miss? Because you can actually,
Misses are always fun.
because you can actually you can actually succeed on a card critical miss.
Yeah, but it's Corner's near you, so I'd rather you didn't roll a 1.
What would Annie like?
Well, if everyone's happy for me to take another go, I'll go another.
If you can reroll available, I don't know, so.
Yes, there is a reroll available.
And do you want to use it now or not?
You
Yeah, go for it.
use it if you want.
Alright. 16.
16.
Plus 10 makes 26.
So that is a
Or was
hit.
it 6? Did we lose any?
No, sorry, was that a hit or not?
That is a hit.
I didn't hear that part.
All good.
So 2d12 again.
2d12.
Yep.
9. And an 8.
21. You like that 2021?
That's the number of the night.
And
a
it-
lotto ticket or something.
It's still moving. Do you swing again?
Yeah.
Okay, -5 to the roll.
So total plus 5.
5 this time.
Rolled a 17.
So
22.
22.
So that will be a hit.
One. And a 4.
Total 9. We got away from the 2021 business.
Okay, and it shatters.
It's good to see you didn't waste the effort.
Nice.
To be completely frank, you spent just enough to take it down. No wasted effort in that one at all.
Exactly. Good play.
No wasted effort.
Yep.
Economical.
Okay, so now it is Luna's. Sorry, you still have one action left. Would you like to attack the other one? It is within range.
What's the minus is like -10 now.
So-
Hey?
The effective is a 0.
It's a straight
no,
dice roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is now Sparky's. So Luna's go.
Is it Sparky or is it
Sorry,
Luna?
No, Luna's go.
Luna, you were higher than me.
Luna, then Sparky.
Oh, okay. Then Luna will try to do a normal knowledge check then, this time, using an action.
Using occult knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a
Want
sec.
to roll it out for you?
No, it's
Yeah, can you roll?
Is it a normal? Are you doing automatic knowledge?
No, you already tried one. You can fail.
He tried it on
Oh, is that
Wait.
rolled by the GM?
he did it on the spell effect, not on the creature, because he never saw the creature.
Oh, true, yeah. So you could do an automatic on the skulls, the moving skulls.
Then I will try the automatic knowledge then first.
Okay.
So that's 17 accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay, you fail.
Damn. Then I will use the normal knowledge.
Okay.
Isn't that a secret GM or something like that?
Technically it's secret, but I'm letting you roll.
Can you roll from me, Martin? I had 8.
I'd rather one of the players roll for that one, because if I'm making it not a non-secret roll, then you guys get to do the roll.
Okay.
So Mark, what did you roll for the check?
Oh, did I? Oh, you. Wait. That was a 7, so plus the 15.
15. You do not know what sort of creature it is.
How did you know I rolled? I didn't even tell I rolled. Oh, very interesting.
Okay, then, but then we are fighting these skeletons, right?
Well, no, we've got that there are one moving skull with a snake body, a skeletal snake body, and there are effectively lots of skulls in the walls that are applying acid at people down the whole corridor.
So basically, what the result there was, on your occultism check, you could not identify what that creature was.
Okay. I will cast Divine Lance
Mm-hmm.
in the school thing. The snaky stuff.
Okay, that's in the core rulebook.
Yeah, I guess yes.
Sorry, just looking it up so I get the effects of it.
Yeah, page 331.
You got to what's your deity's alignment there, Victor? It says you have to choose your
Yeah,
alignment.
good. Yes, good damage.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so you make an attack roll, ranged attack roll.
I rolled a 15 on the dice for you.
Okay, the Luna spell attack roll is +9.
24 to hit.
So that's a standard hit.
Okay,
So
that is 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. That's plus. So it's 1d4 plus 4.
Actually,
Okay,
it is
two.
no, it is
Good.
that is actually incorrect. It
Right.
is at third level. It is 2d4 plus your spellcaster ability modifier.
Oh yeah, you were right. You're right.
You got 4 on the dice total for the 2 dice. So 6.
And what's your spellcasting ability modifier?
4.
So
8.
8 damage. 8 good damage to be specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll a 2d4 or 1d4 and roll a 4 mark.
I rolled 2d4 and you got a 3 and a 1. So
Oh, okay then.
Okay. So, and that was a 2-action thing, so you spent all your actions. It is now Sparky's go.
Sparky wants to find out about this trap. So I believe I do a perception check on the trap first.
You can do a perception check on the trap.
Yeah, so I'm going to pass on top of that because of my trap finder. Perception. Which is no shit. 16 probably won't tell me anything about the trap.
Total of 16. You have no idea where the trap is or what it is.
I mumble shit under my breath. There's a rogue going. I feel the front people have got this.
2 actions left. What do? You are third from the front.
How far am I away from the entrance to the top of the stairs, like outside of this room? Can I
You
move back out of the room,
would
or-
be at least 25 feet from the top of the stairs.
Are you moving back or are you moving forward?
I'm moving back because I got a feeling the trap's going to trigger again. That's all. So I'm going to use two movements to move back. Because I'll do another. I might move back in and do another check later. I would like to disarm the trap, but if I don't know the trap's going to be disarmed, I can't do much. So.
Okay. So you retreat. Next person up is Barak.
Alright, so there are 2 or 3 people right up close to this skeletal.
There are two people
snake
up
thing.
close. The third person who was close, who was within melee range of it, moved away.
Alright, well I'll shuffle up towards it.
So you spend an action to move up to it.
Yep.
Luckily, the moving creature, when Sparky moved away, Sparky didn't provoke, so it didn't actually have an attack of opportunity.
Alright. And I'll shuffle in close and then stab it.
Okay, 1 action to move in, and you get to stab.
So that's 26.
26, that is a hit.
6 damage. Maybe that'll be halved. I don't know.
What sort of weapon is it?
It's a stabbing thing.
You clan dagger again?
Yeah.
Well, his trusty clan dagger has saved him well. So that is your first swing. What do you want to do with your final action? Jump back?
Oh yeah, mate. Oh yeah, I'll step 5 foot back. Yeah.
Well, you can step 5 foot back or move back a full move because if
Either way,
it didn't attack the last person who moved.
okay, assuming it's not going to use an attack of opportunity on you because it didn't for the other one, it won't make any difference whether you move 5 foot or 25, 30, whatever your normal movement is. As far as the attacks on that go, obviously it changes where you might end up and what happens, but
Well, I'm just going to take a 5 foot step from back.
5 foot back, yeah.
Okay, so you take the 5 foot step back, which gives you the benefit of any provoking things won't work on you, which is good. Not that it was provoking. Next one up is Cordar. It is right adjacent to you. You do not have to move after it.
All good. I will take a swing at it then.
Mm-hmm.
15, AC 27.
That is a hit, not a crit.
Is it going to be affected by fire?
You can roll and tell me what's fire and what's not fire.
You know what's fire anyway, yep. 6 points of fire damage and 6 points of magical slashing damage.
Okay. You seem to have heard it with your hit.
Okay. I will take another...
Does that mean I didn't hit it with my hit, even if it's a silver dagger? Or...
You said your clan dagger or the silver dagger?
Okay, good point. Alright.
Second attack is AC 22.
That is also a hit.
4 points of fire and 9 points of magical slashing.
So, Martin, you did actually damage it. So just so you know, I wasn't trying to be too obtuse. I just wanted to finish off Jeremy's action before I tried to do two things at once. And so, Jeremy, you have a third action, and you did manage to harm it again.
Yep, I will raise my shield.
Okay, you raise your shield. Okay, it is now its go. It does a Dance of Death. Each creature must make a will saving throw in range.
And what's the range? I'm assuming I am, but... Yeah.
It is range of sight.
That's probably a fair range then. 25 for Corda.
What's the add-on for will? Just will.
Just will.
Yeah, so like
I asked my question as I asked.
Yep.
25.
26.
24, 26.
Here we go. Of course, Mark doesn't play pass it. Yeah.
Mine is +8. If someone can roll d20.
I'll roll yours and see. If, you got 3 times more than me, so you got 9 on the dice. So 17 for you. I got a total of 12 total for me.
Okay, so unfortunately at this stage, one of you, so Luna is now stunned. Stunned 1.
Oh.
And what did Mark get on his total?
I got a 12 total, and I'm like way.
You got a 12 total. You're also stunned 1.
Yeah.
It's not a crit. It's not a critical fail. It could be worse.
I had a +9 in my will save too. That was how bad it was.
Look at this way. A critical failure was a lot worse. And Jeremy, what did you get?
25.
25. No one got 28 or higher?
No.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
26.
Okay, so everyone else is flat-footed,
Mm-hmm.
including the stunned people. So you had to get 28 to not be flat-footed to its effect.
Okay.
Was this from the other skeleton snake thing?
Yep.
Yeah, this was the second skeleton that did the snake charmer's dogs, except that we got charmed instead of it.
Yeah.
Well, it says we are affected.
It's better than the tentacle porn down. Tentacle down, son of tentacle.
That is true.
So,
And now it is Nexar's go. Would you like to beat up on the other one?
Definitely.
You don't have to move, you are still adjacent.
Yeah. So what does flat-footed mean, though?
Flat-footed means that when it tries to attack you, it's easier for it to hit you.
Okay, but it doesn't affect me attacking it.
Does not affect your attack.
Alright. I rolled a 17, 27.
27. Would someone... Well, 18, would someone like to try to aid her with that, with their reaction?
I want to it.
That's right. No one else is within melee range except for Cordar, who raised his shield. So I believe Cordar is leaving the shield action.
That's right. That's right. Cordar could use reaction, but he's not playing it. He's not going to.
The other characters had moved out of range, so no one else gets to aid you in that attack. So you hit, but no, not critically hit.
Alright, so just...
Which is amusing how close it was to a critical hit.
Okay, so 8.
Yep.
And a 7.
15, 19.
19. Around the same ballpark.
19 magical slashing.
And you shattered that one as well. You are a shattering success.
The other one complimented me. I'm feeling full of myself tonight.
So, Cordar, you can free action to say, okay, move down the cut, move. In case before the acid things spray again. So
I'm looking at all our damage and thinking, is this a good time to rest up? But...
Well, it's a good time to not be in the middle of a corridor filled with acid spraying skulls.
Okay.
He's Cordar's thought. So, and he's looking at the fact that in his case, he's closer to the other end. So that's why he's going.
Probably like 10 minutes away from crashing as well. I don't have much time left to be.
Well, in fact, actually, can people move? Well, Cordar hasn't registered. The guys who got stunned, how long were they stunned for?
They were stunned for, well, they're stunned for a round at least.
Yeah, okay, so let's have Cordar, free action to tell him to move. When it comes to his action, he's going to move down to the other end of the corridor.
And you reach the end of the corridor and find a locked door in the alcove.
Okay. You are still surrounded by skulls?
You are still surrounded by skulls which start to, you can see a faint glow start to appear in them.
can I, while I'm stunned, can I do a perception check for trusting?
So Mark, while you're stunned, you cannot act. So you do not even get a free action while stunned or a reaction.
Cool, that's enough.
The effect of stunned means you're denied your turn.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, that is Cordar moving forward. What would Barak like to do?
I'll move forward.
So yes, you also reach the locked door with Cordar.
Is there anything I can do to help with the door?
What would you like to do?
Maybe,
Force it
maybe
open?
I'll just wait for the thief.
If you make it through the acid.
If Cordar had an action left when he got to the door, he will attempt to, and if there's skulls actually in the alcove area up this end, he will go for kicking the door to attempt to break through.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I'll give you the athletics check to kick the door in.
Okay. I figure it's probably one move to get down there, an action to realise it was locked, and then another action to try and kick it down. So, 11 athletics, total of 20.
20, you hear the cracking sound of the wooden latch on the other side of the door as the door bursts open.
Okay.
So that gives a chance for someone to move into the next room.
Okay, obviously Cordar is staying in the corridor, but others can now move through to escape the green skulls if they want to. Obviously, don't know what's on the other side yet, but...
Okay, so as Martin steps into that room with Barak, you see wooden tables here are stacked with vials, beakers, and other alchemical gear. Although the southern one is heaped with broken vials and leans awkwardly on a hastily repaired leg. 3 large cauldrons sit against the east wall, one of them upended. Its foul, rotting contents, old rendered fat, have spilled onto the floor. You also see a Darrow in this room in a lab coat, and what appears to be a let me see if I can describe this correctly for you. What appears to be a foul-smelling amalgamation of creatures staring at you.
Alright.
How many
Sounds
is
fun.
Amalgamation?
Can I cast Burning Hands on the Darrow?
Okay, I will give you enough. That will be your end of your turn, and then I will be. So yes, you cast that. He has a reflex save, I believe.
Yep.
Book 1, Darrow. So I just have to look up the right creature.
No worries.
Because it's between devil and demon. There we go. Right creature. Is it a reflex save?
Yes.
Okay.
You got the button, you do what you do.
It was about 40 feet.
So he gets a 16 on his reflex save, which I believe will be a failure.
How do I read this? It says I'm trained in Druid DCs and trained in primal spell attacks.
So trained in the DC means you add 10 plus. So you add your 10 plus your level plus 2 plus your attribute to the to make the DC. So
Sorry, what was it?
you're level 3, so it starts off at 13. You're trained, so it takes it up to 15. And what is your spellcasting attribute modifier?
Alright, so if that is will and that's +4, does that mean it's
If it's wisdom,
19?
if it's wisdom, and is it?
So,
Is
so
your
you've
wisdom
got a
plus-
DC of 19. If you've got a wisdom of 18, it's got a DC. Your spells have a DC of 19.
Okay, so that's my DC.
So
Yeah.
yes, like you have a plus 90 attack with magic, you have a DC of 19.
Yeah.
So yes, it fails to dodge out of your magic, but it doesn't critically fail.
Okay.
Please roll damage.
So 2d6 damage. Do I roll it?
You roll it.
9 points of damage.
Okay, I'm going to roll up its initiative now. See where it's going to fall into the pile of stuff. Because some other people might get to go before it does.
So were you aiming for the Darrow, or were you aiming for this amalgamation of monsters?
Could only hit the Darrow, unfortunately.
Darrow, right, yep.
Well, I mean, it's a 15-foot cone, so I hope...
The room's bigger than
Both,
15
but-
foot.
Okay.
And the other creature might have been more than 15 foot away from you, so...
Okay, so you had 2 Burning Hands memorized for your character? or is Burning Hands a cantrip?
It's a level 1 spell, so...
Why would I have 2?
Because you use burning.
Have to.
If you give me a moment, Jeremy, you used Burning Hands last session.
Okay, yeah, well I've got 2, yeah.
So in which case you've used up 2 first level spells now already, and you don't get those. If you don't have any more Burning Hands, you can't cast Burning Hands again until you have a night's rest.
Yeah.
Because unlike 5th edition, you don't memorize spells and use your slots spontaneously. You basically put them in the slots.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see. We also have. It is now its turn to respond to you. He spends an action pulling out a weapon. Then he makes a ranged attack roll on you with his Acklay. Hitting armor class 24.
It's a hit.
That is a hit. So what does 1d6 plus 6 bludgeoning. So he does 11 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And he does not try to trip you. He actually calls out to the amalgamated creature and tells it to attack you.
Okay.
The creature charges in your direction. And it tries to bite you. I said try, so it hits armor class 18. What was your armor class again?
20, so that misses.
So you're lucky it is a miss. And it has a second attack. And its second attack, it hits armor class 27.
That's a hit.
Doing 20 points of piercing damage. And you have to make a fortitude saving throw.
Was that 20 points of piercing damage?
20 points of piercing damage.
I got a 25 on the fort save.
Yep, that is good. Okay, now it is Nexar's turn. Sorry, Court. Yeah, it is Nexar's turn.
Who's on mute at the moment?
It's whose turn?
Nexar. Annie.
You there, Annie, still?
Annie, you're still on mute. Okay, we'll say Luna is Nexar is currently busy, and it is now Luna's go after being stunned for a round.
Okay, I am not stunned anymore, right?
You are not stunned anymore, but that's why you weren't able to act while others moved to the door and did stuff.
Okay, so what do I see? What my character see?
You see Corda around a corner ahead of you, and skulls in the corridor start to glow again.
You're currently in the middle of the corridor with the glowing skulls who are about to spit acid.
Okay. Then I will, what Luna will do is she will cast the 2 reaction heal, heightened to the second slot.
She's not within 30 feet of some of the more injured people.
Yeah, I'm
So
right.
can you spontaneously cast heal? Oh, they're your
No,
special ones?
I have two heals prepared. One is first level, that one I spent, and the other is Heightman, and that one I didn't spend.
Okay.
So if I cast that 3-action heal, won't I hit everyone?
Not most
no.
people.
Some people are.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Some people have got also out of sight and have moved out of the corridor, so you don't know how far away they are.
And remember, you're currently standing in a corridor where the traps went off to spit skulls and they appear to be about to spit again. You've got Corda and Barak have moved up. Corda at one end, Barak moved up that end and disappeared. You've got Sparky at the other end of the corridor, having moved to the back, to the top of the stairs. And you've currently still got Nexa beside you, although, as I say, it might be reasonable to say that Nexa at least moved out of the corridor in one direction when she had the chance, but...
Okay, then I will try to... Is there a way to get into a position where my next turn I can cast a 3-action heal and catch most of my friends?
Well, not unless Sparky moves down the corridor. At the moment, it's Sparky or everyone else.
So, can I get everyone else but Sparky then?
Yep, you can move to the end of the corridor, which will also then get you out of range of the acid thing, as long as you move into the room, which potentially is dangerous, but...
So, as you go down the corridor and move into the room, because you have to move past the two people in the doorway, you move right up against a medium-sized creature that looks like multiple creatures put together.
Oof.
Which is also foul-smelling. Give me a fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude is +5. Can anyone roll for me?
I'll do it. I got 19 on the dice, so it's 24.
24? Okay. So yes, you move into that room as 2 actions.
Okay, the last action, what I will do is... let's see if I can strike from a distance. What weapons do I have?
You're adjacent to the creature.
I have no ranged weapons.
Well, you're in melee range of it anyway.
Oh, I am melee range. So I will try to hit it with my dagger, then.
Yeah.
That is a +7 agile finesse throw attack.
Yeah. Are you rolling for it, Mark?
Oh, sorry. Yep. 8 on the dice.
So
That
just a,
+7, 15.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Okay, so
Yeah, that's what you get when you try to stab something as a oracle.
so Sparky, for Mark, you are now away from everyone else.
So the corridor's 40 feet long, and it looks like there's a bunch of people stuck at the door entry. Is that correct?
Yes. So you'd have to do 3 moves to get into the room.
I reluctantly want to go right in the middle of the... Do I see the creature from where I am?
You do not see the creature.
But
You don't even know what's in the room. Basically, all you know is Corda is standing in the doorway.
Do I see the glowing eyes going again?
Yep.
the skulls are glowing again.
Where I'm standing right now, man, am I in kind of range of the trap as far as you're aware? Or
Well,
would I be aware of that?
you didn't identify the trap, so you have no idea.
Okay, I'm doing another perception check of the trap.
You not sure that's going to make you actually understand it any better. The DC will increase for multiple attempts.
I'm reluctant to move through this whole corridor if I see the green light eyes going again, that's all. So, and because I don't see any targets right now, I don't think that's the only thing I can do, though. I think, off the top of my head.
So you hold yourself away from them?
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can work out if there's a way to disarm this thing. Again, I know it's going to go increase button, but I thought I'll give it a go. So I'm going to give it a go, and then I can't do much else for the rest of the turn. I'm just going to wait till I can. Yeah, because I want to get the acid to go first, and then I can move through feeling comfortable. I think so. So I think I at least would have known that when the green eyes light up, it's going to do something. So from basically what we've done so far.
I'm just checking.
So you're basically delaying until the acid goes off, or at least until your next turn. Is that right?
I'll do see if I can find a way to disarm it, but
okay,
I'll delay the rest of my actions because there's no point in moving to it. I think.
Well, I don't think there's much of a delay after that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, go to perception to see if you can work out where the trap is. Maybe it's a bit harder because we don't know what the DC was.
Yeah, 22. I don't expect it.
22. Okay. You do not actually figure out what's happening with the trap.
That's what I didn't expect. I had to roll a 20 or something, I reckon. But yeah, it's okay. As I said, I just don't feel like if there's a whole bunch of people at the thing and I can't get through in 3 movements, it's possibly not a good point to be stuck in the corridor.
You can get through in 3 movements, but that puts you into the room without knowing what's there.
That's right. And considering my health at the moment, Sparky doesn't want to die again. So.
Okay, Corda is now up.
Corda? Okay. So, can I get into the room at the moment? Is there room for me to actually get through and attack the creature?
The creature is medium-sized, so it is not too big.
Yep.
So, but unfortunately, you need to make a fortitude saving throw.
Yep. 15, 23.
You're also good.
And then I will take a swing. 12, total of 24.
Total of 24. You hit.
Uh, 4 points of fire damage and 6 points of magical slashing damage.
So, 6 of magical slashing and 5 of fire?
4 of fire.
4 of fire. Okay. Because that is important.
Yeah.
Okay, you seem to harm it.
Okay, I will use my third action to raise my shield.
Okay, your shield is raised. And then it is Barak's go. You are next to this creature that just attacked you. Martin's go.
I'm not sure. So, is there a way I can be hyper defensive?
I believe there is a defensive action. Let me just look up
Potentially there might be space in the room for you to actually get where it can't reach you and you're not going to be affected by green skulls, but... So.
I mean, it's just... stabbing me for 20 points of damage.
It's effective, absolutely.
If you like, I'm happy for you to use Corda as cover. As an action. Because considering Corda has his shield.
Yeah.
If you'd like to use Corda as cover, I'm more than happy for you to do so.
Corda's happy to be providing cover.
Alright. I'll step up.
So that unfortunately that is 2 actions, one to move behind Corda and one to use him as cover, which gives you a +4 to your armor class while you're behind him.
No worries.
As you're actively using him as cover.
Cool.
Okay.
So, do you want to do anything? If you got anything with your third action that's worthwhile?
I don't think so.
Fair enough. Hey Martin, noting we know what Nexar's stats are with her +10 to hit to her 18 AC, can we use her in the combat?
I am happy for her to step into the combat. Step into now where Barak was, because that meant that there's now room.
Yep, there's now space for her. Cool.
So he steps in as one action, and would you like to roll for Nexar?
I will have a roll. 12 AC 22.
22 is a hit on the creature.
Hit on the creature. 1, 2d12. 24 points of damage.
4 points of magical slashing damage.
Magical slashing, yep.
Okay, so yes, it's still standing. She can swing. He can swing again.
17, 22.
22 is also a hit.
8 and 12, 17 points of damage. Magical slashing.
It's still standing. It's taking a beating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
I'm glad we don't use next arc because it'll take how long for the rest of us to do that sort of damage.
it does. And the alchemist pulls out a hand crossbow, loads it, and shoots it at Nexar. So that's his full round.
Yep.
That was his full round. Luckily, it wasn't a critical miss.
So,
because even on a 2, he gets an armor class of 12.
cool.
I do something very similar. So.
Excellent. It's not really it's not surprising. So, for first attack. So.
And the creature tries to attack Nexar because Nexar did all the damage.
I tried to go to contention, but yeah.
Okay, first attack hits armor class 31, making it a critical hit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So it does 26 points of piercing damage.
Yes. Why do you want to be at the front?
And would you like to make a fortitude saving throw for Nexar, please?
16. I believe she's at least +8, so I do that 24.
All good with that. Then it has a claw attack versus Nexar, which gives it a armor class of 23. It hits,
Alright.
dealing 12 points of slashing damage plus another fortitude save.
So it probably doesn't matter too much. 11, 19.
Well, that 19 is important. And so Nexar is taken down. So Nexar is on dying 1.
Yep.
Okay, so that brings us...
Fortunately, those 2 attacks went in that order, not the other way round, because it would have been worse if she had gone the other way.
It would have been a lot worse if it had gone the other way around. So, we are now up to Luna.
3 action heal spell.
So that's a D8 for...
2d8.
Yeah, it's actually such really high net, so it's 2d8. Can I use that +1 dice thing that we have? So we can heal more.
You can do
Well, I
3.
think it's
You can do 3d8.
Okay, then 3d8. Let's do the most we can.
Everyone except for Mark gets healed.
That's fine. I'm okay.
10, total of 14 on the 3D8. Does that add 4 to it?
No, it does
Yeah,
not.
40 positive healing wave coming too. Is that any of the creatures on their own harm of this?
No, they are
I
not.
don't think that.
They are not on that then.
Okay. So, that was Luna's turn. Now it is Sparky's turn.
Has the acid gone off yet or not?
It has got the spell has no trap seems to have gone off.
Okay. So And I see everyone bunched around the door, is that right?
You see everyone bunched around the door, yes.
And it'll take me 3 turns to get there. Yeah, why not? You only die 5 times. I'll do 3 moves to, I suppose, 2 moves to get to the door because it's 40 feet long, the corridor, and the next move I'll try to get in there. But if possible, I'd like to be out. If I can somehow move around and get outside him. If I see the big guy on a second move, can I move out of his, like get in the room but outside his melee range, kind of thing?
Well, basically, once you see it, then you can choose where to move.
Yeah, I don't want to be kind of in his kind of range, but wait, so I'll try to get somewhere else in the room where they're not next to him, kind of thing. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
And that's my 3 move actions there, so.
Okay. So yes, you have moved in there. Then it is Cordard's go, as you see Sparky come into the room at the last moment.
And I look up and go, oh crap, oh no, oh.
And then move off to the side and get stabbed in the back by the Dero that you didn't notice.
Oh, okay. I don't think I would have found through the big thing in front, so.
Yeah, okay, well, Cordard's taking a swing at the monster. 16, AC 28.
That is a hit. Well, actually, Nexar supports, making it a critical hit. So you actually take the creature down with 1 stroke.
Okay.
I didn't have much of the way of hit points left.
Alright, thanks a lot then. And then Corda will turn to the Dero that I know he didn't try to shoot him, did he? He tried to shoot Nectar, but Corda probably felt more in danger with the roll on the thing, so Corda will move to the Dero and then take a swing at him.
That is fair.
And AC 7, AC 16.
16 is a miss.
Okay.
Okay. Then it is Barak's go. One of the Dark Dwarves is here in front of you.
What, the Darrow?
Yeah, Darrow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll move in and stab him in the throat.
Okay, you move in.
.25 to hit.
25, that is a good hit. Yeah, it's not close to a crit though, so.
Yeah, not a critical.
Yeah.
5 damage.
5 damage to them. Okay, they get struck. And you want to have you can have another attack if you wish. You have a third action range.
It's a 20.
Natural 20.
Yes, a natural 20.
Natural
So
20. So
another
that
26.
so that will make it a critical hit. So double damage.
And 11 damage.
Nice.
So a nice good attack as you move in, slicing up the Dark Dwarf. Bringing us to Nexar's go, who can spend an action getting up, an action moving over, and 1 swing.
So getting up and picking up axes, the same action?
I'm happy to say it's the same action.
Okay.
Who did they get to kill?
Just finishing off the Dero. But you'd almost finished. AC 26.
26, that is a hit.
It's gone. 11 points of damage from magical fashion.
11 points total.
Yep.
Okay.
Badly on the D12s.
So for once, Nexar doesn't take the creature down.
So she got up to nothing.
Okay. It drops its crossbow and attacks with its Acklay. Attacking Nexa as the obvious most dangerous target. Apparently gets a armor class of 13.
Which will miss. Does that count as a ranged attack?
It
That
can
therefore
do
allows an attack of opportunity?
it can do it melee or ranged.
It can be melee, yeah. How do that?
It is actually worse at range than at melee, but it has the advantage of not having to close in.
Yeah, all good.
And it has a second attack, which hits armor class 21.
That'll do that. Assuming she was going to hit for Nexa again.
It was going for Nexa, and that does 9 points of damage.
Hopefully not quite enough to put her down again. Perfect.
Well, I forgot. I didn't actually check to see how far she'd gone negative, so when I added the healing, I should have actually checked to make sure she was on 0 first.
And actually, I suppose actually, yeah, it was certainly, she got more healing back than she got from 9 points damage, so she couldn't be going down, so...
So how much healing did we do when you did the 3?
14.
14,
Yeah.
so that means she should be on, give me a sec, minus 9 means it should be...
That's fine.
5. So slightly better. But the Darrow does trip him.
Okay.
Because that's basically its special thing. It spends an action tripping.
Yep.
Okay, and then it is Luna's go.
Okay, what else is endangering our lives?
A small-sized creature with white eyes and blue skin.
Peace. Okay, what I will do is this creature close to me?
No, it would be probably about 15 feet from you at this stage.
Okay, 15 feet is enough. What Luna will do is he will try one action. Actually, I will try to like on us automatic knowledge to check with the creature first.
Sure, you spend your automatic knowledge of occultism, and unfortunately, you do not identify the creature. You do not get high enough to identify the creature.
Then we'll try default knowledge check.
Okay, you spend an action. Someone roll for him.
Okay. 8 on the die.
Okay.
What? How much?
8.
8? So
Eight.
total 16,
So-
nothing better.
So you make another occultism check to try to identify the humanoid creature, and fail.
Okay, then I will use my last focus point to spray the shit of, to spray the stars out of the face of the creature.
It's an area effect, isn't
It's
it?
it's a 15-foot cone.
In which
And you got
case,
3 friends.
You got 3
There's
friends.
allies around it at the moment.
Oh, is that 3?
Yep.
Oh god.
you would be
Yeah,
getting.
this is a bad idea.
Yeah. Considering you're not sure if you're gonna get,
It's better Divine Lance then.
you may also not get your focus point back, because you may have more combat before you actually get time to rest.
Yeah, I know. If I hit focus, I only get 1 back, not 2.
Yeah. So, are you doing it?
Well, I am not spraying the stars with everybody on site because that will be catastrophic.
Okay. So,
What I will do is Divine Lance
Okay.
with my last 2 actions. That's better.
What done?
I need to roll and try to hit.
The Divine Lance is 2 action spell, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
You've only got 1 action left.
No, I use it before trying to get anything.
He used his free action and then 1 action.
Yeah, this will be my whole turn. The
Okay.
divine mess will be my whole turn.
Okay, make an attack roll. See the
Divine
bonus.
mess. If I hit, the attack is +9. The spell attack.
Yeah, you're on a 2.
Oh,
So-
then I miss. That was my whole turn then.
Not a
That's
critical.
11.
Not a critical miss though.
Okay.
Okay, so that brings us to Sparky.
So where am I in the situation? Am I at a distance of this?
You are within about 10 feet of this dark dwarf.
Okay, so
You failed in your normal action of running to the enemy and finding your spot right next to it.
I know, I'm very disappointed in myself. So I would do a 5-foot move to get in melee range. Done.
Okay.
I'll swap over to my dagger for my crossbow, which I had currently last time I used that out. And then I'll attack it in the next movement. If that's alright.
Okay, so you do a 5-foot move to move up to it, and then you attack it. Yep, go ahead.
Yep, so 19.
19. 19 is just enough.
Sweet. It's not flat-footed or anything like that, is it?
It is not.
No, one day I might actually do sneak attack. That's 7 plus 11 points of magical piercing damage.
Okay, so Sparky takes down the dark dwarf.
Can I just in the eye? Just in the eye?
Sure.
Yeah, you got it now, it's not moving anymore.
So yes, you manage to take down the dark dwarf, and as it falls, we will end the session there to figure out what happens next session, because you still might not get a break.
Yep. But hey, hopefully we'll have David back, so therefore Ballast can actually cast cure spells.
There's a lot of battle medicine going on.
Though,
Thank you.
of notes, I've actually been keeping track of what battle medicine has already been spent in this day, so not everyone will be able to have battle medicine on everyone else.
I can't do it on myself, I know that already.
That's right. Four guys can't do it on himself either. So.
Yep.
I don't remember losing anything then.
Well, you weren't there, so you
don't
went...
use it. Victor.
Yep.
Be aware, the heal spell, it does specify that it will target a living or an undead creature, not both.
Oh, I can actually do both. Okay then.
So yeah, just be aware. I mean, not the matter on this one because it didn't happen, but yeah, just be aware that casting it in the middle of an undead field with your friends around doesn't do both effects.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
Okay, so thank you very much, guys, for playing and getting through part of a dungeon crawl. We will continue next session where hopefully you find out what happened. You'll find part of the body, maybe you'll find more pieces.
Yes. And I'm sure there's someone good with a needle on friend we can kick back together as good as you. Okay then. Thanks very much, Mark. Thanks
Okay.
all. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank God.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.